Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 59. I believe I incorrectly numbered last week's episode and accidentally called it 57. Whoopsie. We've corrected it a week later, don't worry. As if anyone was really gave that much of a shit, but hey. So, it's me, I'm Alex, as usual. And guess who's also here as usual? One Pink Sparkle Puff.
Hey there.
And one Addy the Hero. He's not going to talk because he's currently set on sabotaging me. Today we've actually got some pretty good topics. We've got some pretty good topics. And the first is the first one's kind of underwhelming relative to the others, though.
Yeah. But is this like the first week in since Christmas that we've actually had topics?
Good ones? Yeah. Absolutely. So, Aquaman apparently has reached over $1 billion in the box office.
Congratulations.
And it's weird that the joke of the DC universe, as the headline says, is more successful than Dark Knight now at the box office.
But here's the thing. You can't beat... Okay, I was going to make a bad joke, but whatever.
Alright, here's the actual thing.
China.
Yeah.
It's Jason Momoa on a big screen. Who's not going to want to go see that?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to joke about, because I was going to say it's Roman Reigns.
It's Roman Reigns. It is! It basically is!
I mean, if they ever make Roman Reigns biopic, we know who. So, okay, I'm trying to look for the international numbers versus domestic numbers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble right now, but whatever. We'll assume it's China.
The wrestler, not the country.
China's the deceased wrestler.
Yeah, the deceased wrestler is pulling the strings from behind. I
mean, if you want to be without suspects, being dead is a pretty good alibi.
Yeah.
So this is kind of curious. Is this the single most financially successful DCEU movie yet?
If it toppled The Dark Knight, probably, because if I recall, everything else performed pretty poorly. Outside of maybe Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I want to say Wonder Woman was, I heard headlines of it breaking 600 mil, so I'd assume it didn't break 1 billion.
Right.
At least not yet. So, yeah, this is actually kind of surprising. The fact that DC's biggest success so far out of this universe of movies, out of their attempt to compete with the MCU, is Aquaman, the noted loser of the DC universe, is kind of... I don't want to say awesome, because I'm not a fan of Jason Momoa's Aquaman, but at the same time, it is interesting to see Aquaman suddenly be like, oh, Aquaman's one of the biggest superhero successes.
Right?
How?
Here's the deal,
it's like he's toppled the DCEU's Justice League movie, which, that's the entire cast of superheroes. It should have been something really big, but here we are.
Aquaman did so well, he beat Aquaman.
So here's the deal, W. Self-loading is so mainstream now that the best way to load yourself is to go and watch people who are so shit at their job that you just feel better about yourself. That's what all Aquaman comes in.
Yeah, but if that were the case, then Justice League would have made just as much money as Aquaman just did.
Justice League would have made more. Batman vs. Super Suicide Squad would have made the fucking bank.
But the previous videos is that the characters actually know what they're doing. Aquaman doesn't. Aquaman just speaks with fish. Also Cthulhu, but fish.
Also Cthulhu. He's in the back there somewhere.
It's gotten to the point where we're not for sure whether or not we want Aquaman to still be a joke,
I suggest we went to the much better Kite Man.
Oh, God. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, he's the new joke. Him and Stilt Man. The team The tag team of the generations. Where's that Marvel DC crossover? Kite Man versus fucking Stilt Man. Let's see it.
Kilt Man.
Kilt Man.
It's just
Kilt Man.
It's just Highlander.
His big attack is when he fucking flashes them, his balls.
David caresses his balls as they faint.
So the current, there's also a little bit of news coming out that supposedly this is now changing the direction of DC, that Wonder Woman and Aquaman and whatever are their big successes. So they're changing direction and are focusing more on having solo adventures with slight ties to the bigger universe, but otherwise they're not going to try and force Avengers, which is what they should have done from the start.
That's what they should have started with.
Because Marvel, the first 4 movies, it was not very well tied, outside of like Howard Stark showing up in Captain America and Nick Fury showing up in all of them.
Right.
Other than that, they weren't very tied until they were already big successes, and then they became the Avengers.
Yep.
I can't get over how many fucking characters their first cinematic appearance was in the Justice League movie. God, it's just
like, I don't know. The entire cast outside of Batman and Superman?
Wonder Woman Wonder Woman debuted in Batman vs. Superman. Damn it. Oh, what? Wonder Woman was handled well enough in Batman vs. Superman that I won't complain about her too much. Like, Wonder Woman was the best part of Batman vs. Superman, which is weird considering the 2 guys in the title are Batman and Superman, but...
But when it's Ben Affleck and that other guy, were we really expecting much?
Ben Affleck's a good Batman, he's too old to be Batman. I repeat that every time it gets brought up. He'd have been a great Batman 20 years ago.
And that's why he's retiring from the Batman role now.
Yeah. Bring on John Hamm. Oh no, wait, John Hamm's too old. Fuck. Can we, please, for the love of God, wait for old man Batman?
Bring on Charlie Puth.
Oh, Jesus.
Make Batman Beyond.
That people actually want that, Addy.
No, I wouldn't mind the next cinematic Batman Beyond.
I was about to say, you two probably are the ones that want it. I'm pretty sure both of you like Batman Beyond better than you like Batman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know what it is with sci-fi superheroes and me. Because I don't even like sci-fi.
I don't like Batman Beyond or Spider-Man 2099. I'd admit that a crossover between those two would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, hopefully this is the indication of a good direction for DC. Because, I mean, Shazam still looks good. I'm definitely going to see Shazam.
Right.
But will he also hump the sky?
I'm sure he'll work on it.
It's nice. It is nice to see that DC has kind of stumbled their way into what appears to be a decent direction.
A direction
after all the flubs.
A direction where Superman and Batman are the worst parts.
Right.
No, Flash is the worst part. Fuck. I hate.
Oh
Henry
yeah,
Cavill.
I forgot about him.
I hate Henry Cavill. I'll take Henry Cavill Superman over Ezra Miller Flash.
Oh wait, Flash is a thing in this cinematic universe.
Oh yes.
I'm disappointed.
He's played by an actor that's famous for playing school shooters.
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks.
Oh yeah.
Outrun my freaking better outrun the Speed Force.
Oh Jesus. What a... God. And it'll all be great up until fucking the Birds of Prey, also known as Harley Quinn 2.
Right.
In brighter superhero news, Spider-Man Far From Home's first trailer is released. In case you were wondering whether or not Pete's going to stay dead after Infinity War, the answer is no.
And if you thought otherwise, boy, were you dumb.
It does put it in perspective, though, a little bit, doesn't it? We watched Spider-Man die in a movie.
I thought this was a prequel to Infinity War.
Nope.
Honestly. Oh, shit.
This is the first post-Infinity War movie. Because Captain Marvel is
Okay.
going to be a prequel.
So, is Peter just going to form from dust?
Everyone
Or-
that got dusted is probably going to form from dust.
They all went and played the dust.
The current guess is I'd say anyone that got dusted is actually safe. It's the people that didn't get dusted are probably going to die permanently.
Right. Those are the characters you got to worry about.
Yeah. Cap's dead.
I-
Cap's super dead.
I don't remember if it was Iron Man or Cap. I think it was Iron Man. But I hope that they do the comic version of his death in the
Okay,
movies as well.
which Captain America death?
The one when Thanos picks him up and rips him in two pieces. Like, just straight up rips him in half.
Okay. That one may be a little bit too gory, but I am thinking when Thanos kills him in the Infinity Gauntlet comic is probably the best Cap death they could get. The worst one would be him getting assassinated on the steps of the Capitol building, but I don't think that's a possibility anymore.
Right.
Was it Spider-Man that died to, like, Thanos' lover or something?
Yes, Thanos' weird clone of himself that he wanted to fuck, sniped Spider-Man's neck and caved Iron Man's skull in the original comic.
Okay, yeah. Those two, I hope they don't happen.
Yeah.
that way.
Well, particularly if we end up with the comic bit where you can actually see that Tony's missing his head. There's just blood pouring out of a neck hole. That might scar the children a little bit.
Nah, they'll walk it off.
Walk it off.
Oh, man.
Why did Iron Man's head turn into ketchup, mommy?
That's Thanos' superpower. He turns people into ketchup. Yeah, we'll say that. Punisher does it too. It's Punisher's power as well.
Not particularly tasty ketchup, but ask zombie Spider-Man. He'll take care of it. Imagine if all of this was just a prelude for them to freaking make a cinematic
Marvel
zombie
Zombies.
outbreak. Yeah.
Oh,
Marvel
good
Zombies.
lord. That's where I check out.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Marvel Zombies, you know what? Marvel Zombies, I could see them showing up in the MCU just as a little moment. Like, okay, if they decide to bring in a little bit of the Ultimate Fantastic Four, right? Follow me here, because Marvel Zombies was a spin-off of Ultimate Fantastic Four. Imagine if they bring in the moment from Ultimate Fantastic Four, because Pink's going to recognize this moment too, where Doom travels to the zombie dimension, and he sees all the zombie superheroes, and he just says, this will be an interesting challenge, and it just cuts. And then fucking Fantastic Four 2, Doom just steps back out of the portal covered in fucking blood and guts, right? He's got like Zombie Hulk's head on a platter or something.
On a platter.
That was the one good thing to come out of Marvel Zombies. Oh, well, that Magneto telling the zombies to choke on him. Oh, yeah, Marvel Zombies is one of those things. Oh, man. Boy, we think comics are fucked up now, but comics have kind of always been fucked up.
Yeah. I'm not sure which is worse, Marvel Zombies or the Deadpool Kills series.
Deadpool Kills is pretty bad. I'd say Marvel Zombies is all innately screwed just because it's associated with Ultimate Universe.
Right.
Where Wolverine might be the father of the Romanoff twins, and he also likes to watch them have sex in the bushes.
Oh, lordy.
Oh, yeah. Remember when Magneto stole Thor's hammer and used it to cause the apocalypse?
Yeah. Because it was magnetic, obviously.
Even though the comics said several times that Thor's hammer was immune to Magneto's powers.
Thor had it fixed with non-Asgardian metal.
Well, it's magic. It's not scientific. That's the problem.
The magic only applies to the parts soaked in Odin's holy water.
You could have said something other than holy water there, and I probably would have. It would have been acceptable.
I don't know what. I don't know what the hell Odin produced.
Odin's beard.
How do you soak things in Odin's beard, though?
Well,
Old his beard, maybe.
yeah, maybe that, but I was thinking like he has to put it in his beard and fucking scrub it with his beard. That or he just pulled it right out of his beard, like Odin's got a whole armory hidden in his beard.
No, the weapons form out of his beard.
It's like how Zeus has children from his forehead. Odin has weapons from his beard.
Yeah, or how in the Japanese
Perfect.
how in the Japanese pantheon the like main gods and goddesses were formed from like the sun having a bath and then combing its hair.
Isn't the sun Amaterasu?
I think it is either Amaterasu or Susanoo, and I think Susanoo is the moon.
Susanoo is like storm and winds and things, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think when it says they formed out of the sun, it means Amaterasu probably gave birth to them.
No, there's definitely a thing about the some gods and goddesses being formed by somebody, like some first god combing his hair.
Well, that might be Izanagi and Izanami.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it probably is.
Before Izanami went to hell, but you know. So, anyways, we're supposed to be talking about Spider-Man Far From Home. So
Yeah, watch for this mighty DLC to that movie.
So, who else is ready for the fishbowl?
I'm pretty pumped. I think it was a highlight of the trailer.
We're talking about a situation where Aquaman is one of the most successful superhero movies, and there's a new Spider-Man movie where we get Fishbowl Mysterio. Do you realize that we would not have thought of this happening 10 or 20 years ago?
Crazy.
Fishbowl Mysterio? That's ridiculous. No executive would pass that. So
They just did.
They did. Kevin Feige, you crazy bastard.
Not just Kevin Feige becomes the Ryan Reynolds of freaking Mysterio.
Well, where he just is walking around in Mysterio's costume all the time at his house or something.
Yeah, he goes out like in front of his house and does magic tricks.
While he's secretly performing a bank robbery.
Yeah.
So part of the takeaway, I'm curious here. So in the trailer, we get to see several villains, because Homecoming was a little crazy because it had like 3 or 4 villains effectively, because it had Vulture, Tinkerer, and 2 Shockers, and now Far From Home is up to 5, supposedly, right? Because it's supposed to be they tried to get all 4 elemental men.
So we have Sandman as well.
Sandman is definitely there. Sandman showed up in the trailer. I feel like they're gonna.
I have the worst memory.
You literally just watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see in the trailer not only Mysterio, the Fishbowl himself, but also Sandman, Molten Man, and Hydro Man. And
Right.
currently it's stated that there's going to be who is it? Stone Man, Rock Man. They're trying to
Rockman, yeah, Mega Man will show up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. He's too busy with Devil May Cry right now. And Smash. So, Pink, you know more about Spider-Man in the comics. They formed a team of elemental men at some point, right?
I want to say Hydro Man and Sandman did. I don't recall the Molten Man or anyone else like that.
Huh. What I've been hearing...
It probably happened.
Yeah, what I've been...
They combine their power. They combine their powers to make sandcastles.
Well, how would Spider-Man fight that? That's just too powerful, Addy.
Yeah,
Come and get me in my sandcastle, bitch.
If you kick it, then you're an asshole. Spider-Man faces the never before seen moral
If you kick it, you become Flash Thompson. You become everything you've hated.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can I just say I am so happy they're bringing in the Flash Thompson loves Spider-Man and hates Pete thing.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite comic book bits, and I'm so glad it's in the movie.
Right. I wasn't initially sold on the dorky Flash Thompson we have nowadays, but what I saw of him in the trailer, honestly, in just those few scenes we got of him in the trailer, it really turned me around on him. It's like,
Nerd Flash, I think, is just like sign of the times. You know, the times they are a changing, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Because nowadays there's such a thing of not only seeing that nerds can be bullies as well, but also the belief that jocks not only are capable of having their own nerdy interests and thus really wouldn't want to bully other nerds, but also jocks aren't really seen as the kings of high school anymore.
Right.
So making it be an asshole nerd instead makes sense. And yeah, if they go fully into this, I'd be really interested to see where it goes. I'm probably willing to bet we're not gonna get Agent Venom at any point, but who knows? They're gonna be telling this poor fucking kid actor, "Hey, we're gonna need to take your legs off. You're gonna Lieutenant Dan your ass."
We're also gonna need to pump you full of like 15 tons of steroids.
Yeah.
It told me I'm disconnected, but I could see you guys talking just fine.
Don't worry, we're only talking about Agent Venom. You're not missing anything important.
Oh, well, that's fine.
So if we get Agent Venom, how long until we get the freaking Carnage single comics, or shot in real life?
Well, Carnage we're getting in Venom 2 probably, and he's gonna be Woody Harrelson.
Did you read his like recent single comics though?
I did read his. No, I didn't read the comics, but I did see some highlights. Are you talking like from the run where he was a good guy?
No, I'm talking about the run where he freaking got summoned to like the Cthulhu summoning, like genuinely Cthulhu.
No, I didn't know Carnage had any other solo comics.
It was just called Carnage. They sent an Agent Venom on a couple of people, and it's less, like slightly horror-like in how it presents Carnage in the start, because they don't know where he is. But basically, Carnage gets promised more power, so he goes to some remote island while killing people because he's Carnage, and then turns out that the cult that lured him there promised him power because basically what is the Necronomicon says that they need the Red Devil's blood to summon Cthulhu. So they take his blood and summon Cthulhu, and I don't remember what happens to freaking unsummon Cthulhu.
You know, I do think I remember hearing about a demonic Carnage. I didn't know that was a solo comic though. I would have figured that was just a new Spider-Man arc.
No, it was his own series, but it got dropped like right after Cthulhu got summoned. I'm not sure if it was supposed to end there or if just nobody bought it.
I'd imagine nobody bought it. Even for people that like Carnage, the idea of a series with Carnage as the protagonist is a little bit shaky.
Right.
It's why a Joker series never works, and God, why are they trying to make a movie?
I don't know, the idea of or a series with Carnage being the protagonist interests me just because how the hell would they pull it off?
That's the problem. They won't. Not unless you get like a really
I can't.
Not unless you get like a really talented writer in charge who figures out a way to work around it, and even then they got to kind of do the Punisher thing where there's a whole side cast that it follows mostly instead. I mean, people always are like, "Oh, what's Batman without Joker?" And the natural response to that statement is, "Yeah, but what's Joker without Batman?"
Right.
You know, what's Carnage without Venom or Spider-Man? Nothing.
What's Carnage without dubstep?
That.
I'll never forget that freaking comic.
You know what the real problem is, Addy? My sister bought that comic and has it fucking laminated. That fucking
she needs to have that freaking cell cut out, enlarged into like a whole wall piece and have it painted on your wall.
Oh, she's got it and fucking Deadpool versus Thanos both. I don't think she's actually bothered to open them up and read them. She just has them.
I haven't read Deadpool versus Thanos yet. The only Deadpool versus stuff that I read was like, actually, it was I think that Kills. I don't remember the one where he went back in time and then started speaking Shakespearean.
That was the sequel to Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. What was it about? What was it named? Deadpool. It was something like Deadpool Kills Everything, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Something stupid.
I only remember parts of it, and what parts I remember I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's a Deadpool comic.
Yeah, no kidding. So back to Spider-Man Far From Home. Damn it, these home titles are fucking me up.
Far from Homecoming.
Oh, yeah, he's just got to get back to Homecoming.
Spider-Man Gone Home. He's just that shitty freaking Ubisoft game now.
Oh, jeez. So, part of that whole thing is, like, the elemental thing is, I have to raise the question of, like, I appreciate Hydro Man because he's a fucking idiot loser, and I love that. But Sandman, it feels like if they bring in Sandman himself, like, there's always the chance it's not actually them, and it's just Mysterio's illusions.
Yeah.
There's also the chance that it's actually them, and they're, like, working with Mysterio in some way.
Yep.
Because if they go that direction, then they can have Spider-Man fight them, which is kind of a necessity. But, yeah, if they do have Sandman, they're not going to be able to talk about Sandman being a actual sympathetic villain, really. Because the focus is clearly going to be on Pete, MJ, and Mysterio in this movie, so there's probably not going to be a Sandman slot.
Right.
Then again, I'm not exactly sure, because fucking last movie they figured out a way to fit in Prowler and Miles Morales in a bizarre way, so...
They're just insert another multi-tap.
I'm sorry?
It's an old hardware joke about PS2s. Because you said that there wouldn't be slots for Sandman.
Oh, okay. You're referring to the old PS2 things that you had to put in for more than 2 players, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm Sandman has a bad name because of Spider-Man 3, but it'll still be a little sad to see him not get much, you know?
Right.
It'll be a little sad.
Yeah. Addy is in full shutdown Alex talking mode. But I want to hear if you guys know something. Do you guys notice that Mysterio's little magic things are a straight ripoff of Doctor Strange's?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I did.
But he just made them green instead of orange.
Yep.
We need to reuse those animations.
No, Mysterio needs to reuse those animations. Because what I heard is, I've also heard that, I didn't actually go back and look, so this might be wrong and then I'll look stupid, but I already look stupid, so who gives a fuck? But Mysterio supposedly also was ripping off elements of Iron Man and Thor's suit designs.
Ha! That's perfect.
So
I love it.
The idea behind Mysterio here might be that he's trying to exploit the recent superhero trend to make a bunch of money.
So he's joined Deadpool's Heroes for Hire.
Yeah. So the Doctor Strange ripoff is actually intentional. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I want them to have a proper moment where at some point in the movie Spider-Man dares Mysterio to actually try and do some magic bullshit on him, and he can't.
I'm hoping that if Sandman and Hydro Man are illusions, then we get a scene where they show that only Spider-Man sees the illusions. So it's like Sandman picks him up into the air, and then in reality Spider-Man is just floating from Mysterio's magic. And the kid's passing by like, Mommy, why is Spider-Man flying?
I mean, that wouldn't be too out of the ordinary here. Oh, hey, Spider-Man's flying. I didn't know he could do that. Oh, well, I guess he's like Thor then.
But like you know, like I don't know, forcing himself to punch himself and them comment like normal civilians commenting on that. I think that would be humorous.
That's not really Mysterio's thing. Mysterio doesn't actually have any powers. He just tries to make it look like he does.
Right.
Yeah.
My part of my question here is, how are they going to work with like Mysterio doing visual effects and all that? Like, how are they going to explain him making it look so real? Because this isn't comic books. Comic books, you can get away with some stupid shit. Movies, they're going to need something a little more.
Mysterio has a really high CGI budget.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Are they going to just go Homecoming's route and say aliens?
That might be a bit too far-fetched, because as we saw in Homecoming, all the alien technology is kind of being locked up, and Mysterio is currently in England or whatever.
It looks like
Where
Italy
is it taking place? Italy?
Yeah, well, it looked, particularly in the thumbnail, it looks like Venice.
Ah.
And Addie's
the fact of the matter is,
flashbacks.
though, that they are overseas, and
too.
outside of Thor: The Dark World, I don't think any sort of alien technology would have been found elsewhere outside of New York.
So yeah,
So curious to be sure.
You know what'd be fucking nuts? If after
Hmm.
Endgame the Infinity Stones get scattered again, and Mysterio just has the Reality Stone.
yeah,
It didn't go far.
they they need to get out the five stones to wish upon the freaking soul of Thanos.
Especially if they go into Arc 4, 5, and 6 with Doom as the new villain, because Doom will just fucking get the stones again.
Yes.
I want Doom. Well,
And-
I want Doom to be good, so I can keep calling him Doctor Mood.
Dr. Mood. It's so complicated because as much as I want Doom as the Avengers villain, it kind of leaves out the Fantastic Four.
We'll just put the Silver Surfer in. Good enough.
Well, I kind of think they're going to fade out the Avengers a little bit in some way, just because they're going to have X-Men and Fantastic Four as their new teams, right?
Right.
I think the bigger question is, will they go with Galactus or Doom for the big arc villain? Because I think
that is
Galactus doesn't make as much sense to hang back like Thanos did, whereas Doom will sit on the throne and wait it out.
right.
But at the same time, people fucking love Galactus, and they probably want a cool fight where Thor fights Galactus. Because that moment from fucking All-Father Thor was the best part.
If we do get Galactus as an actual like mainline villain, I want there to be a scene
Where he uses the Marvel 3 moves.
no where Strange lets out Dormammu so they can duke it out. The power of the power of the power of the power.
And Galactus just pimp slaps him.
Yeah. No, he just does the flick away, the snap back.
Yeah. And just tags Doctor Strange back in, and Strange is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, talking about arcs 4, 5, and 6 makes me a little anxious, honestly. Because there's some part of me that is just the biggest X-Men fanboy in the world, and that part of me has been buried underneath 20 years worth of trauma.
I
want a full-blown, actually good X-Men part of the cinematic universe.
Here.
I just want a good Nightcrawler.
A good Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, Storm, basically everyone outside of Wolverine, because he already had 38 movies.
Yep. Oh my! Like, bring back Nightcrawler. Like, the charming rogue Nightcrawler has been entirely ignored. Bring back Nightcrawler with the fucking fencing expert Nightcrawler with the swords.
Right.
Like all I want from Mora getting all of the rights back again, when most of the rights back again.
Not Namor.
Not anymore.
We don't need Namor.
Oh, Namor. But yeah, like, all I want from it is a good Nightcrawler and a good Gambit that's not freaking Channing Tatum.
Oh, thank God that shit's probably canceled. Oh, Gambit's gonna be a weird character to do nowadays, because that's a careful line to cross.
Right.
Make him like a good guy Joker, and by good guy Joker I mean just focus on the card tricks.
That the card tricks need to be a big part. Yeah, I think people would be probably pretty willing to accept a more roguish protagonist. What I mean when I say he'd be difficult to do would just be part of the ladies' man nature, and Gambit's associated as more of a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, and then thinking of Gambit makes me think, fuck, I want a good rogue, a rogue that isn't just a damsel in distress.
Right. And hey, we've got Captain Marvel, and that will make entryway for Rogue eventually, sometime down the line.
That would make entryway
Of
for Wolverine.
course.
Because Wolverine and Cap are old friends. So
Yeah.
that would actually, you know what? Fuck it. People always say like they want Wolverine to be the Endgame Stinger. Have Endgame Stinger be Captain Marvel saying she's going to a bar to meet an old friend, and she gets there and it's Logan. That would be the best.
But it's freaking Samurai Logan from the bloody anime.
Can we get you joke, I want more Samurai Logan. Because, I mean, the Wolverine Japan movie we did get was alright, but it could have been done better, that was for sure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Wolverine's whole Japan stuff is how they bring in, like, Yukio and... Was Psylocke's Asian body...
Asian body. Yes, her Asian body was a part of that.
That's an aspect of the comics they're gonna have to change.
her hot Asian wife.
You're not wrong, Addy. You're trying to turn it into something, but you're not wrong.
No, I'm making a Luke Gallows joke.
Yeah.
Because I think it was him.
It's Carl Anderson.
Okay, then yeah, it was Anderson who kept talking about his hot Asian wife.
Okay, help me. Was Carl Anderson Luke Gallows' tag partner, or are we talking about Mr.
Yeah.
Kennedy?
Luke Gallows' tag partner.
Okay, why do I always confuse him with Mr. Kennedy?
Mr. Anderson.
Because they're... Oh, wait. Kennedy isn't bald. Never mind.
No, I think it's because Mr.
Kennedy went by Mr. Anderson as well in TNA.
That's stupid.
Oh, he's stupid.
Yes, he is. Unfortunately, I have a soft spot for chicken shit heels, so I kind of liked him. It was like Miz if Miz sucked, right?
Right.
I liked his whatever the hell his finisher was. I forgot.
Yeah, the mic check, the reverse STO.
Oh, he had that near the end, but early on he had the rolling fireman's carry.
Wasn't his finish just the freaking just Sheamus's rolling thing from the top turnbuckle?
Well, Sheamus.
Oh yeah,
Green
Bay plunge.
Right. I said the rolling fireman's carry, but I think the mic ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't Sheamus take it from Finley?
Finland. He took it from Finland.
Yes.
I have
actually no, because Finlay didn't do the rolling fireman's carry. He did the what is it called?
Curse.
What?
Celtic Curse or whatever, the air raid siren.
Yeah, the air raid siren.
Well, he did that as his finish, but wasn't the rolling fireman's carry like one of his signatures?
I don't think it was, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was that.
It might have.
It was definitely that in the games. And it looked weird because he picks him up for a fireman carry, both for the signature and the finisher.
Right. That would be kind of odd to do in real life. Hey guys, here's my big finish incoming. Oh wait, no, it's just that other move that doesn't actually win the match. Okay, now here's a fireman's carry, and here's where the match really ends.
Well, that's the
You still with me here?
That's the
and here's 15 other fireman carries because we're in Japan.
Yeah. That's the goofiness of wrestling, though. Like, why doesn't Randy just go for all RKOs all the time?
If a single RKO can end it, why not just start it?
Because he doesn't have enough stamina. He used it off walking down the ramp.
He hasn't, according to the wrestling games, he hasn't built up enough anime energy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So, Spider-Man Far From Home, it looks good, but there's not a whole lot to talk about apart from the fact that it looks good and Fishbowl.
Yeah, it looks good, Fishbowl. Can we talk about how freaking pretty Jake Gyllenhaal is?
No.
Please?
Well, I mean, you can. I'm going to disagree, but you can. I think Jake Gyllenhaal's one of the most repulsive actors in Hollywood.
I think you're wrong, but I'm just not comfortable with talking about how pretty Aunt May is, because it's still creepy. It's been so many years.
They're leaning into it too hard at this point, dare I say it. Because it was fun when Tony flirted with Aunt May, because it's like, that's such a thing that would not happen in the comics, but it makes sense in the movies. But when Happy's going for it, when everybody that meets Aunt May is going for it, it's like, okay, we get it. You cast Marisa Tomei. By all means, she's a very attractive woman. Please, God, let this not be the sole character trait Aunt May has.
something gilf.
Well, now she's closer to MILF, but Because Marisa Tomei is only in her 50s, isn't she?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself while I ask Google. Quick, Pink, talk about Jake Gyllenhaal.
All right. Well, outside of his face, there's really probably not much to talk about. I'll have to go back and take a look-see at the trailer and see how his actual costume looks, because now I'm really curious to see if there are, in fact, the elements of Iron Man and Thor, because that'd be really cool.
Marisa Tomei
I'm really
is 54.
excited. 54.
That's grandma age, but only like grandma of an infant. You know?
Right. By all accounts, 50 however old is still pretty young.
Yeah. But as you were saying, yeah, I can't see Iron Man getting involved just because the fact that Happy shows up but not Tony is suspicious to me.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. What wasn't Happy supposed to be fucking catatonic in the hospital?
At the end of Iron Man 3, I want to say?
Yeah, in the comics, that's where Happy died.
Right. And this Happy just sort of walked it off a year later. Funny how that works.
The movie's made the right choice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Happy's one of the only characters off the Iron Man sidecast who doesn't suck, so yeah, he should probably stay.
Right.
But
that just makes me sad for War Machine.
Rhodey's never gonna get respect, especially not in the movies.
Right.
Don Cheadle's a fine actor. He is not the right guy for Rhodey.
Absolutely. I don't think I've seen Don Cheadle in very many other things. I'm actually struggling to think of anything that I have seen him in outside of Iron Man, but
Ocean's 11?
It's just lacking. What's that now?
Ocean's 11?
Ocean's 11.
George Clooney.
I might have seen that.
Yeah, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, they're Buckmeisters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Don Cheadle was the black British one with the beanie.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I'm on the same train you are, where Don Cheadle's a good actor. He just doesn't seem to have the charisma to keep up with Tony or Robert Downey Jr.
He doesn't have the military-esque out. He doesn't seem disciplined or like a military man to me.
Right. Like, he's supposed to be the Air Force pilot, but he's just kind of lacking in all regards. Like, it would be nice if there were a different character for him to play, because I'm perfectly fine with him. It's just that they kind of miscast Rhodey, in my opinion.
I'd also say Rhodey's poorly written in these movies, though.
Yes.
Because Rhodey in the comics is supposed to be the foil to Tony, where Tony is, loose, and he's a hot shot, and he always thinks he's doing what's right, and he always thinks he's the best. And Rhodey's more humble, more disciplined, more orderly. Whereas right now, Rhodey's just kind of Tony's hanger-on.
Right.
He's the other guy in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it.
He's the guy who couldn't afford the paint.
Yeah.
The paint.
He could. He got the American flag paint job in Iron Man 3, and they fucking washed it off. I was actually fine with him keeping the Iron Patriot suit.
I would have been fine with it too, but I don't know, maybe that suit blew up as well.
Yeah, fucking probably. All the suits in Iron Man 3 blew up for some reason.
Tony outsourced the building of them to China.
Okay, you know what? I'm fine with them getting rid of the Iron Patriot paint if they fucking do the fucking Dark Reign and Siege arcs.
Oh.
You groan, but I actually
remember
really
when
like...
Norman Osborn was Lex Luthor? I do. Dark times.
I liked it, but I prefer for Lex to be I prefer for Lex to be sympathetic. So to me, it's less of a Lex ripoff when Norman's that.
Yeah, when Norman's Norman.
Like it was extra worth it for the fact that at the end of the whole thing, Norman finally lost it and went back to being Goblin, because that was how badly he'd been beaten. He's like, all right, fuck the Iron Patriot suit. I'm just gonna bomb some people. Fuck this hero shit.
I thought you were going to say Hiroshima.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay,
You
okay.
didn't want to
If you
bomb
don't
things.
if you don't like Norman being the villain for Siege and Dark Reign, who would you replace him with?
Oh, jeez. Oh, the obvious answer would be Doom, because he's the only one with the intellect to handle a job like that.
He is, but at the same time, I can't see Doom. Like, I can't see Doom being that big on like
He
lying
wouldn't play
about.
nice guy.
He wouldn't play nice guy. Doom's capable of subterfuge, but Doom is not capable of lying.
Right.
I'd almost want to say Doc Ock in a weird way.
Doc Ock could be good, but it's just this weird situation I see most of the Spider-Man villains in, that they are Spider-Man villains, but if they were to face a threat above Spider-Man, they're kind of just B-listers to characters like the Avengers.
Shocker or Electro, sure, but I think Doc Ock can hang up there enough. Like, he's got the scientific knowledge.
Yeah. I think he would match up very well, but it's just something I'm not used to seeing, and therefore would have a little trouble accepting.
Doc Ock,
As much as I love Doc Ock, he's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain. It's just kind of weird to imagine him as, hey, now he's a big Avengers villain.
Doc Ock could definitely hang up there if they go ahead and say that his arms are made out of vibranium.
Right. Perfect.
Doc Ock becomes Jax.
And in all fairness, Doc Ock was Superior Spider-Man for a while, and that had some Avengers-centric stuff going on with it as well. So, yeah, I guess I'll agree with you. Doc Ock would be a great choice.
Yeah, I mean, when he was Superior Spider-Man, he created a massive international corporation.
Yeah.
And weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Remember when he was going to blow up the fucking planet?
I don't.
Wasn't that the event that led to Superior Spider-Man? Was that he was going to blow up the world because he was dying?
Oh, yes.
Galactus can't eat the planet if I blow it up before it.
That is actually something I could see Doc Ock doing. Or he waits for the bomb to go off when Galactus is eating the planet. We're gonna give you indigestion, bitch.
Perfect.
So we've spent a lot of time on the Far From Home topic without actually talking about it. About 40 minutes.
Incredible.
So hey, apparently Ghostbusters 3 is going to be a thing? And it's taking the approach of ignore the Melissa McCarthy one. Pretend it didn't happen. Because that's a 3, not a 4.
Yeah. What? Well, I'd ask what Melissa McCarthy's Ghostbusters was, but I think it's just not canon at this point. So there's no need to worry about it.
I'd say it's definitely not canon because Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and what was Winston's actor? Shit. I remember the character's name better than I remember the actors. Ernie Hudson?
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, Ernie Hudson. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson all cameoed in the female Ghostbusters as characters that weren't the Ghostbusters. So I'd say, yeah, it's non-canon. I think the problem here... I'm curious, like, it's going to be sticking to the original timeline then, because they're going with 3. But the thing is with this, either they're going to go with a new generation, or they're going to bring back Murray, Aykroyd, and Hudson. But it won't feel right having an original timelines Ghostbuster without Harold Ramis at all.
Right.
Instead, they're gonna make the real Ghostbusters into a movie.
You know what? A lot of people would love that. I've never watched it, so I can't talk on that.
I have, but I haven't seen the actual movies, so I don't know what to compare it to.
I know that the real Ghostbusters has a very vocal fan base. The first Ghostbusters, I'd say, is overrated, but still fairly good. I think people like Ghostbusters for the wrong reasons, and that wrong reason is Bill Murray. But I don't like Bill Murray, so I'm probably the odd man out there. My favorite was Harold Ramis, so yeah, now I'm really like, oh, good.
You're kind of screwed in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, summer 2020.
Oh, yeah. they kind of have to go with the new generation, right?
I would assume so. I just don't see them doing a continuation with the old cast.
The best, you know what? I'll say that I think the best option would be bring back the original 3 and have it focus on them trying to get the gang back together after Harold Ramis and both the actor and his character have passed away, and they have to bring in a 4th new kid that doesn't know what's happening, and they have to mentor him.
I like it.
That would work. It would satisfy the old fans while still finding a way to keep the franchise going.
Right.
The 4th kid, Albert Einstein.
That doesn't even make any sense, Addy.
The ghost of Albert Einstein.
I am running a lap here, and Addy is laying fucking caltrops in front of me at every step.
Have you not seen this meme?
I know the Albert Einstein meme, and that was Albert Einstein meme, but I don't see how that relates, because I wasn't telling a cool story, bro, type story. I wasn't telling a story at all. I was pitching an idea that could work. All right, okay.
What really interests me is that it's Ghostbusters 3, and, you know, Ghostbusters is a very old franchise, so do you think they have plans to keep the franchise going, or is this just a one-off?
Make it a franchise. Every movie that gets made that is not a art house drama is planned to develop into a franchise. Every movie, video game, and TV show. That's just how it is nowadays.
All right. So, Ghostbusters 4 about 2023?
I'd pitch 2024.
All right.
Because some of these bringing back classic franchise ones are taking their sweet fucking time. When is Mad Max Furiosa going to come out?
Oh, it's not going to come out. Not until my children are born.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be a generational event. Oh, hey, we got the Mad Max movie. Better fucking enjoy it, because we're not getting another one for 20 years.
By that time, the word mad will be offensive, so it will be perturbed Maximilian.
Perturbed. Disgruntled.
Slightly angered, Max.
Oh, Jesus.
So, since it is going in a franchise direction, I definitely see them maybe bringing back some of the older casts, if they can get them back. I don't know what they're doing nowadays. And definitely bringing in some newer, younger actors to keep the franchise going.
You know what? I will absolutely go to the theaters for Ghostbusters 3 if they can fucking get Rick Moranis to come back.
Which one is that?
The little nerdy neighbor of Sigourney Weaver.
All right.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 big comedy hits, but then his wife passed away of cancer, and he just entirely dropped out of Hollywood to raise his kids.
Oh. That's kind of depressing in a way.
It is, but his kids are probably raised now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they can get Rick Moranis to come out of retirement, I'll watch it. And I didn't even particularly enjoy Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters. I just like Rick Moranis. He was the main character in Little Shop of Horrors. That's probably where you'd know him mostly from.
Yeah.
All right, and now for a bit that Addy can actually commentate on. And I can feel Addy just sitting in his seat like, please God, let it be something I talk about. So, Mortal Kombat 11.
I don't have a seat. I have a bed.
Oh.
He's on the edge of his bed, just waiting.
No, actually, I'm like next to the wall on my bed because that's how I have the freaking microphone set up.
You're in a breakfast. Are you sitting in like the breakfast in bed position now?
No. I'm like, how I have things set up is that there's like this small hole that I exit my part of the room from, and then there's the bed, there's the wall that's just the freaking electronics, and then like in the middle it's cut with the microphone. So I have my back next to the wall.
All right, Harry Potter.
I'm gonna fall down the stairs continuously all through the summer.
all summer long.
The Dark Arts better be worried.
I don't think any of us have watched that freaking video.
I'll be honest, I have not.
I did actually, yeah. The problem is I didn't watch it on my own personal account. I watched it on the FOS account, so it didn't count as a view.
I made a whole freaking visual novel graphic for it.
Yeah, I saw that.
That took some time to edit. I'm actually now that we speak about this, I'm gonna bring this up later as well, just so I can post the picture. But there's a thing that stayed from that visual novel edit. So yeah, we'll come back to this.
All right. So Mortal Kombat 11, the game, there was a whole fucking thing. Since ordinarily a Mortal Kombat game is revealed roughly a year ahead at E3, this year they didn't reveal it until the Game Awards in December. So now they're canning a year's worth of reveals into about, 4 or 5 months. So the big gameplay reveal just suddenly came, they had the big announcement event and everything, and a whole bunch of big, gaming pros attended. There was Maximilian Dude, and there was Wooly from Best Friends Play, and there was Xavier Woods and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm curious about Cody Rhodes. Why Cody Rhodes?
I have no idea. I was not aware he was a fan of Mortal Kombat.
Cody Rhodes was there to represent the video game he's starring in, Devil May Cry 5.
Dude, Dante or Nero being in Mortal Kombat would be awesome. But what was I going to say? So yeah, they were all there, and they revealed the gameplay and the character. What was it? 7 characters, several characters in the cinematic trailers. Showed a little bit of the story, showed off a ton of fatalities, and everybody got to play the game. And yeah, the graphics look fucking incredible for a fighting game, definitely. NetherRealm still has some faces they gotta work on.
Like Ronda Rousey, why is she here?
Sonya looks awful, but that's probably just because they actually based it off Ronda Rousey.
Oh, that makes all the sense.
Also, Sonya's voiced by Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey being Ronda Rousey, she utterly phoned it in. So I'm not gonna play Sonya this game.
So I was so shocked when I heard they got Ronda Rousey to voice Sonya Blade. Because typically when you're looking for a voice actor, I imagine you want to find someone with just an ounce more charisma than a head of lettuce. But I'm not a voice director, so what would I know?
So here's the thing. I actually kind of called this. When did I upload the Rondo of Blood video that we made? W.
Oh, that would have been several weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Let me check. I can check. But the name of that file was Ronda Rousey of Blood. And the thing that is
Damn it.
Did I cut out?
No, I heard you. I heard you just fine.
Okay, good. And so, with Ronda Rousey of Blood, well, what are 2 things that you can find in this game? Ronda Rousey and blood.
Yep. Damn it.
So, in a really workaround way, what I called it. Rondo of Blood was uploaded, if I can actually find the video. When was it? January 4th. So it would have been 2 weeks ago.
Alright. So, yeah, Ronda Sonya, Ronda Blade, or Sonya Rousey, whatever you want to call her, looks pretty bad. Otherwise, I wouldn't say there are any that are as bad as Superman and Injustice 2. No Doughboys, not this time around, at least not yet.
So, did Boone explain why Baraka is alive?
Nope.
Or is it just another Tarkatan?
Time travel. Time travel.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yep, it's time travel. Fuck it. Anyone can be back. Except probably my girl Melina.
Everyone can be back. Even freaking Hotaru.
One of the most recognizable Mortal Kombat characters can't be back.
I'm sure
Just
she'll
not
be back.
happening.
I'm sure she'll be back for 12, but the fact they killed her off in X makes me think they're going to keep her out of 11.
Yeah, poor Hotaru.
Oh Jesus! I was getting Hotaru confused a little bit with Motaro. Hotaru was worse.
Yeah, Hotaru is definitely worse.
But at the same time, Hotaru has a higher chance to come back than Motaro, because at least he only has 2 legs.
Yeah.
You remember fucking MK9 when they went back to the original trilogy and killed Motaro in one scene? Do you remember that part in the story where fucking Raiden just dive bombs Motaro through a bridge and it's like, okay, bye Motaro?
What I want from this time travel is freaking Cobra.
What you're saying is you want
I want Ken to be featured in every game.
You want Violent Ken in this game.
Yes. I want Violent Ken in this game.
Well, he's back to being semi-canon, so hey.
Semi-Ken. Yeah. So, what other freaking great characters from Mortal Kombat Armageddon can I remember, aside from Meat and Mocap?
From the 3D trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Onaga is still canon somewhat, he's just not alive.
Well, the thing is, it looks like Shao Kahn has merged with him.
Shao Kahn.
Have you looked at the pictures of Shao Kahn's design?
No, I haven't.
Because his left arm is just Onaga's arm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So we are getting Onaga back.
Yeah.
Shit.
People are thinking, like, right now, so you know how Deception's thing was that Reptile, like, accidentally opened an Onaga egg, and now is how Onaga reincarnated? Yeah. So people are thinking Shao Kahn like, in some way, like, someone used an Onaga egg to bring back Shao Kahn, or Shao Kahn opened an Onaga egg or something. And now I want it to be that Shao Kahn opened an Onaga egg and is just so pissed off that Onaga can't fully possess him. So he only gets the arm.
You're talking about eggs, and I'm just sitting here imagining Mortal Kombat characters popping out of eggs like the gobbledygooker. It's kind of a great sight.
It is. Because that's how it happened.
So when are we getting Shang Tsung back so we can have a Deadly Alliance and kill off Liu Kang for the freaking 3rd time this continuity?
Okay, so many characters' endings in MKX. The ending was, oh hey, Shang Tsung's back. So I'd have to assume Shang Tsung's probably back for MK11.
Yeah. I really hope. I really look forward to Ermac being back. I'm hoping that this time they don't just freaking take his Armageddon design and put a hood on it.
I could see Ermac being one of the ones that are gone. Ermac and Reptile I could see being gone. Because now that Baraka's here, now that Baraka's here, they've got as many jobbers as they need. Oh man. You know what? What I just said, I'm pretty sure what I just said got ate by Discord, but you know.
Yeah, a bit.
With Baraka here, yeah, they probably don't need any more jobbers. I'm just saying. Baraka's going to spend the entire story getting his ass kicked, so why would Ermac and Reptile even show up? Because they don't need anyone else's asses getting kicked.
Are all of my mains jobbers?
Yes. Baraka, great. Ermac, Reptile, who else?
I don't mean Reptile, I mean Kano. But Kano's whole character in the past 2 games has been gets his ass beat by Sonya Blade.
At least Kano has a character. Baraka,
that's true.
Baraka is limited to I'm a Tarkatan, rawr.
Yeah.
And Ermac's character is limited to we are many, you are one, and then that's it.
I was actually disappointed with Ermac in X's story. I kind of hope that they will, somehow make it not shit.
Does he only show up twice in X's story?
Yeah.
Because I think he just shows up once to get beat by Cassie and once to get beat by fucking Takeda or something.
I don't remember. The one time I actually remember him showing up is him turning on Melina? Not Melina. Freaking Kotal Khan. I don't freaking remember who he turned on in the story, but whatever. Him turning on whoever the ruler of Netherrealm was with the other advisors.
I thought Ermac was the one who actually stayed loyal.
I don't remember.
He definitely turned on Melina when Kotal Khan had his whole coup.
Okay, then that's the one I remember when he turned on Melina.
Yeah, Tanya and Rain were the only ones that stayed loyal to Melina. Which, oh yeah, about
And
the
look
fucking...
where they are now.
Yeah. Oh man, fucking Rain's probably gonna be in this game, isn't he?
If they put in Rain, but not Ermac,
If they put in
Then
Rain but not Melina... Oh,
then
fuck.
I'm gonna need freaking Reiko.
Look, I already decided I like the new guy. I'm probably just gonna stick with him. So we haven't been talking a whole lot about what we actually saw in MK11. So the first of the new characters, well, the second of the new characters, I guess, has been revealed. So our final boss is that bald chick that we saw with the hourglass. Chronica, I believe is her name. And she is voiced by the same voice actress that voiced female Shepard in Mass Effect. But I forget her name, so now I'm angry. And I'm looking...
I just thought of her name when you were talking about the female Shepherd, then it just slipped out of my mind.
Because she's Black Cat, too. She's Black Cat in all the Spider-Man stuff. Jennifer Hale.
Yes.
And I am a huge fan of Jennifer Hale, so I'm glad to see that she's getting roles. And now the second new character has been revealed. Since Chronica's probably going to be the boss, this is probably going to be the sub-boss. Geras. A guy with time control powers, which means he gets to steal moves from Tracer.
Yeah.
Did either of you guys actually get to see Geras' individual trailer?
No.
I didn't see his trailer. I saw his gameplay.
So Geras actually does get a move that he just straight up takes from Tracer, where he gets a combo breaker move, which is important because they took out combo breakers in this game, so it's now a Geras exclusive move. But he gets a combo breaker move where he does Tracer's little rewind through time and restore health. And he can do that in the middle of someone else's combo. So that's really good.
That's efficient.
I really like his X-ray.
His X-ray looks damn good. Did you notice that the X-rays, like, they changed... This is probably my favorite change here. So, Mortal Kombat's always kind of had a problem, and Injustice has had the same problem. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but X-rays, when you are actually more or less useless in these games. And so were super moves in Injustice. Did either of you guys particularly notice that?
What's an X-ray?
The super moves,
Oh.
basically.
Yeah, I never used super moves in Injustice because I could get more out of just the meter burn thing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's kind of worse in Injustice where you're spending 4 meter chunks.
Right.
Either way, like, if you get just like a simple combo for spending 1 meter chunk, you'll get like 20% health. Whereas 4 meter chunks for the super and you get 30% health, that's not a good bargain.
Yeah. And plus, you're wasting like 15 seconds for their super to play out. Nobody wants to watch that.
And you gotta watch it again and again and again.
The only reason
I got fucking sick of Joker's super in Injustice 1.
Yeah, the only reason I use X-rays instead of meter burning with Ermac in Mortal Kombat X is because I have this one combo string that I do that does 22% damage normally. If I do it with an X-ray, it does 45% damage. So I do 2 combos for the price of 1, basically.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could spend those individual 3 meter chunks each on, like... Well, I don't know how good Ermac's combos with meter burn are.
Not really good, from what I could tell.
There are some characters who, yeah, the individual meter chunks aren't so great. But, like, even when you're playing against a competent player, you'd also want to save some of the meter chunks just for combo breakers still.
Yeah.
And it does vary from character to character. Like, Ermac, and I remember Jax as well, don't really have great meter burn moves. But for someone like Johnny Cage, like, you would absolutely never use the meter for X-rays.
Yeah, the only good meter burn move for Ermac that I can remember is in Master of Souls, I think is the style. The one where he freezes you with the souls, with the soul ball.
That one was excellent. Yeah. Any meter burn where it's like, oh, you can just combo literally any move in the game into this. And out of this.
Yeah, and that move is good for the brutality.
Well, it's good for everything.
Well, yeah, but I like I remember that I spent I don't know how much time I spent with it, but whatever. Basically, for a part of my playing Mortal Kombat X, I meter burn that move just so I can get the brutality.
Was there a specific brutality associated with it?
Yeah, if the second hit is what kills the enemy, then that whole torso gets blown off. So it's just head, skeleton, and legs.
Ah, okay. I didn't put a whole lot of time in with Ermac. I really didn't like him in X.
I did dislike how they made him fly and shit, but the more I played him, the more I got used to him. And even now, I still like. Even though I quit the game for I don't know how much time, I saw that you were practicing yesterday, so I was like, I guess I'll go and see if I can still remember Ermac Springs, and I do.
MKX, yeah, I got back. I've been practicing MKX these last couple days while doing schoolwork because it's convenient and practice mode. I can just stop and start whenever I feel like it. And I forgot how good MKX feels to play. Like, I am curious because we do plan on recording an MKX episode at some point, though I haven't had any time at all in the past 10 days or so. But I am curious who your mains are, just so I can avoid practicing with them.
I mean, I can just tell you mine outright. I main Ermac, Johnny from Guilty Gear, and freaking Kano.
Ermac, Johnny, and Kano. Alright.
Yeah, Aaron Black.
I literally just finished practicing with Johnny, so now I'm pissed.
What do you mean? Do you mean Cage Johnny or Aaron Black?
I mean Cage Johnny.
No, I main Aaron Black. I just call him Johnny because of the freaking using of coins in battle.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's good, because Johnny Cage is one of my favorites. Both of the Cages, honestly. Johnny and Cassie, they're both great. Though I think Cassie might be Pink's style.
Wasn't Cassie a bit like freaking Harley?
Cassie is kind of Harley, but not really, no. She's not got
she doesn't have the she doesn't have the freaking insta-kill dropkick.
Yeah, that, and I'd also say a big part of Harley is her stance system, and Cassie definitely does not have a stance system. If Cassie had a stance system, I wouldn't play her.
If she had a stance system, I probably would play her. I don't know what it is with stance switchers and me.
I'm trying to think of what characters do have stance systems in MKX. Oh, is MKX, is it MKX? Is it just regular MKX, or is it MKXL that's on the Game Pass?
Normal MKX.
Ah, damn.
Is it normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just vanilla.
Yeah.
We don't get to play as the freaking horror villains.
That sucks really badly because I main Jason.
Momoa.
And if you like stance characters, Leatherface is a stance character, believe it or not.
Yeah, I liked Leatherface when I played through arcade mode with him.
Yeah, Leatherface is really fucking good. I'd say all three of his variations are pretty good.
I think I played both him and Jason as the grappler versions. Or whatever the closest to a grappler version of freaking Leatherface is.
Leatherface has got better grapples than most, but he's not as much a command grab guy as Jason. Jason's full-blown command grab man.
Yeah. On the other side, I freaking dislike Kano's grappler moveset.
Well, anything that's on the fucking weird input it has where you go down, back, forward is bad. I hate that input. It is the worst input. Like, if it wasn't for that input, I'd play a lot more command grab characters in MKX, but I refuse to play too many that depend on that.
You also don't get to play as freaking OC Do Not Steal.
Tremor?
Yeah.
I think the big loss there is that Pink won't get to play as Baraicho.
Oh, yeah.
Play as what?
Baraicho was fun. You won't get to play as the fat man who freaking pukes on people to hit them.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go uninstall it now.
Usual...
That's canceled. We're not doing it.
Pink can't live without his old fat alcoholics.
Was it this game or was it Deception where his fatality was farting on the other guy and lighting it on fire?
Deception. His fatalities in MKX, he's got... I actually really like one of his MKX fatalities, the one where he forces them to drink a ton of alcohol and then throws a match at them and they explode. But anyways, back to MK11. Now we say, oh yeah, it looks great. Oh, of course, Scarlet's back. Yay! That naked blood character from MK9. Woohoo. Did either of you guys actually play MK9?
No.
Oh.
I don't think, but I think Pink is too busy killing MKX off of his freaking Xbox.
That or paying for Boraicho.
Yeah, one of the two.
Just shelling out the $5 now. Fuck it, I can't live without him. So,
I mean, if anything, he should chill out the freaking. Actually, never mind. I was going to say that he should shell out the like $5 for Excel on freaking PS4, but then I remembered that NetherRealm has bloody region locks.
They better get rid of that for 11. I don't know why they even bother to keep it. Like I honestly don't get it. Why do they still have fucking region locking?
Because technically Sony still does it, so I mean by technically I mean technically what was it called? Freaking PlanetSide is region locked in that you can only access the region to the client you're using.
That's stupid though.
Yeah, it is.
I can't fucking stand that shit. Alright, you know what though, on the bright side, technically the game looks like a very fascinating experiment. So it's kind of funny because just a month ago I was reading a little rant article talking about how fighting games have taken a rather sudden change in the last 10 years. You know, I'm sure that Addie's noticed this as well, where they've sped up a lot. And that kind of came with Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, right? But the post was mostly talking about how footsies in the neutral game have gone out of fighting games. Now that used to be a big part of Street Fighter and so on and so forth, but now it's not really a thing at all. Nowadays it's mostly about, it's not about poking your opponent and countering them when they expose themselves and so on. It's more about aggressive, one guy pressing in on another, then they change hands and back and forth. And it's partially due to the strength of mix-ups and the weakness of poking. And Mortal Kombat and Injustice were two of the bigger examples. Like, Pink Sparkle... I nearly referred to you by your full name as if I didn't know you. Like, Pink...
You can call me Pink, we're friends.
Pink.
So, Pink, how much time in Injustice do you spend trying to outpoke your opponent?
It has been quite some time, but not really, since I last played Injustice. So, usually I'm a bad player, so I run in jumping.
Yeah, but that still kind of counts as, because it hits overhead when you jump, right?
Right.
So that's still somewhat of a mix-up, hitting overhead and hitting low. And Addie, you've also played NetherRealm games. There's not a lot of poking in them, is there?
Well, I don't know, because I like to, well, basically, being the zoner in everything, well, being the zoner / rushdown somehow.
In a NetherRealm game. In a game,
yeah.
NetherRealm, where everyone is a zoner and a rusher.
Yeah. Well, basically, with Ermic, I like to keep away from people, and then just teleport behind them, and then nothing personal them. I'm not sure what you count that as.
I count that as Mortal Kombat 9ing them. You guys didn't play Mortal Kombat 9? Legitimately, 75% of that game's roster had a teleport. It was insanity.
My favorite times in Mortal Kombat X are when I fight against a Scorpion, and he teleports and I teleport, and then we just switch screens. And then, like you know how it's supposed to follow the characters, but then neither of us are on screen, so it just slowly moves away to the left or right. And then we see who got hit.
The best is when you trade, so you both disappear, then just fly up into the air. So they're going to be aiming for a slower paced game, supposedly, with less focus on mix-ups and more focus on poking and trying to, match your opponent and all that. Which is, to me, I think is a far more interesting way of handling a fighting game. It's more closer in spirit to Street Fighter than Guilty Gear. And I'm fine with Guilty Gear. I just wish that everybody else wouldn't try to be Guilty Gear.
I don't necessarily like this change, but that's just because I've been injecting my blood with the freaking crack cocaine that is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the past week.
Right,
So...
Marvel can be Marvel, but it doesn't have to be. Not every game has to be Marvel, you know.
Well, yeah, but it's like the movements seem a bit slow to me, and that's really all of my issues.
The movement's already pretty slow in MKX. That was a tad worrying when they said that the movement had slowed a good bit, because ooh.
Because, actually having to think about what you do, fine. But, make it so I can actually move around.
Yeah, I'll say it's a good change, though, if they make it where it makes it more noticeable for faster characters, though. Because Sub-Zero is probably still going to get around a lot faster than the other guys because of the slide and all that, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, Reptile, if he's in, is probably still going to be a slippery asshole, but, I'd consider this a pretty strong change. The other change I'd consider really strong, this is actually a part we didn't get around to talking too much, even though I brought it up. So super moves, useless in NetherRealm games. 4 chunks of meter versus 1 chunk of meter? Come on. So they've changed it now where instead it uses the Tekken 7 system, where once your health drops to 30% or lower, you can then use a super move for free. And there is no other way to do a super move.
I'd actually argue that in this case it's less like Rage and more like but it's less like Tekken Rage and more like Samurai Showdown Heat. I think it might have been Raging that as well.
Okay, explain.
Yeah. So in Samurai Showdown, you had special moves that were locked behind your health being low in the second round. So if you reach a certain percent of health in the second round, which you could increase the amount of health that you need to reach, or I don't know, whatever. Basically, if you press the button, you went into this mode that did nothing but change the background as far as I could tell. It probably gave you better stats. But then, if you input another super move, or not really a super, but a specific input, then your character would do a super move that's locked behind this mode. And this whole setup reminded me of a simplified version of that.
Yeah, I think BlazBlue actually also does the same system where when you enter the last phase of your health, you can switch to a super mode and do a... Now, is it an instant kill in Samurai Showdown?
No, it just does freaking large amounts of damage.
Okay, that's closer to
like
MK.
It does like 75% or something. I don't remember.
Okay, that's pretty big. I don't know if Mortal Kombat will go that big. They'll probably still stick to the 30%. But this kind of solves the problem, because now you guys have both played Marvel 3 now, right?
Yeah. Right.
So in Marvel 3, you do supers all the time.
Yeah, supers are meaningless.
I'm pretty sure in my PvP with Addy, I started several matches with supers, despite having no idea what I was doing.
Yes, that did happen.
Did Addy block all of them?
Probably.
No, most of them. I did block most of them, but not all of them. And then I was stingy with my supers just because I always wanted to end the matches with the Shungoku Satsu.
Oh, you kind of got to with Akuma.
Yeah, one of the matches that I was Akuma, that did happen though, so there's that.
Pretty sure all the matches where you had Akuma, that happened.
Well, yeah, both of them. There were 2 pink.
I love that you got hit with a Shungoku Satsu all the times in a game where half the characters can fly.
Yeah, that's me for you.
To be fair to Pink, I think at least one of those times when I killed his like his character before the last one. So the last one jumped in, and I queued up the Shangoku Satsu for when he reached the ground, so he couldn't have jumped away.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh, that's rough. I think that's an advanced fighting game tactic, isn't it? Is that not meaties?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think meaties are when you use an attack that has a lot of active frames. But, what was I going to say? So, supers, you'll now actually use them. And that's going to be really interesting, because before with Mortal Kombat, you just ignored your character's X-ray altogether. And now it's actually going to be something you consider when you're doing supers and practicing with combos and what have you. So that's a big change. The other big change, they're going to be a lot faster because they're not X-rays anymore. X-ray moves will still be a part of Mortal Kombat. They're pretty much a signature aspect of it now. But now there will just be some moves in the match that are X-rays. And I believe it's now called the Crushing Blow system.
Yeah.
That's what Maximilian Dude said in his video, where it's like the crush counter system that Street Fighter has. Street Fighter's crush counter system, there are certain moves that if you use them to counter your opponent's pokes, then the move will pick up extra properties, like being a launcher, or causing them to crumple stun, or dealing a shit ton of damage, right? So Mortal Kombat's implementing that feature, and it's also adding slow-mo and an X-ray effect to several of them. So that's going to change things up quite a bit. It's definitely going to add to the poking system, because now there's going to be more emphasis on trying to bait out your opponent to do a stupid move and then counter them, instead of focusing on rushing them down and messing with them, unless you're playing specifically a rush-down character. And this is part of why I really love this slower, bigger focus on poking, because it will now make the rushdown characters feel special. Because I'd have to imagine Baraka and, Molina and whoever are still going to play pretty aggressively.
I'm waiting until they add freaking what was his name? Flip kick guy from Virtua Fighter.
Oh, Johnny Cage does have a flip kick. The moment I did that in MKX practice, I was like, oh fuck, well now that move's tainted.
We will never be able to do flip kicks. I actually regret not being Lee Shaolan when we recorded Tekken 7. Because I actually know how to do the flip kicks with him as well.
Yeah. Well, can't you do a chain of 3 of them with Marshall?
No, that's oh yeah, with Law. You can.
Right, that's a move that both of them share. I forgot that part of Lee's movesets are stolen from Marshall.
Yeah, with Lee you need to do a while standing, I think it's while standing like half circle up.
Yeah, it's way easier to do as Marshall than Lee. I thought Lee could only do fake flips.
No, he can do actual flips. He actually has 3 types. He can do one. He can overshoot one where he lands on his back. That does a bit more damage, I think. He has the fake flip, and then he also has the actual back flip where you can combo it with things, which I did when I actively played Tekken 7. That was fun when I could actually freaking pick that combo up and not drop it.
I thought one of the characters didn't have a real flip. They only had a fake one. Was it Anna?
Paul Phoenix.
I know Paul Phoenix has the stupid fall on his ass flip, but I thought for sure that Anna had only a fake flip and didn't have a real one.
Anna does only have a fake flip.
Yeah, Lord knows why they did that, but okay. But
I mean, I think she has a kick out of it, doesn't she?
Does she? I don't remember if she does. But But yeah, getting back to MK11, can we just say fucking parries? They have parries in Mortal Kombat 11.
Evo 37.
Which means I want to see some fucking Evo moment 30. Was it 34 or 37? I thought it was 34.
I don't remember.
Hang on, I'm going to look it up, but
I'm doing that as well.
Yeah. Cuz now we've both lost our fighting game fan cred.
Yeah.
Okay, it was 37. You were right. I was wrong.
Okay. I pulled that number out of my ass, but I guess I was right.
It's 30 something. You can at least remember that.
Yeah.
So, We better see some of that, definitely. And I think this officially means Mortal Kombat is now better than Street Fighter.
It depends. It depends. Does Mortal Kombat have Akuma?
That would actually be awesome.
Yeah, it would. Imagine
You
the
wouldn't stop playing.
No, I wouldn't. Imagine the Street Fighter 5, Shangoku Satsu, but he's ripping them to pieces.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A Shingoku Satsu fatality. Another fatality would just be where he does the fucking 1001 Hadokens, and they're just a smoldering wreck.
Yeah. I want Akuma featured in every video game ever made.
Oh,
I want Akuma in Katamari Damacy.
That again, that would actually be awesome. And he can throw little fireballs to get the big things out of the way that he doesn't want to pick up.
Yeah, I say that I want Akuma in Tetris, but that's already happened.
Oh, a Shingoku Satsu where he picks up everything in the room.
Yeah, a Shangoku Satsu that has a pulling power that pulls everything on your Katamari ball.
The screen goes black, and when it comes back on, the Katamari is just doubled in size. So, parries are in, and I should also mention that it's convenient. Mortal Kombat's going in the opposite direction Street Fighter is. Because, Addy, you've played Street Fighter V, and
Yes,
now
I have.
Pink has as well. Did you guys notice that in Street Fighter, it feels like your limbs are really short?
Yeah.
And that most of the pokes are going to whiff really badly? Because Street Fighter's going...
I don't remember which Street Fighter we did, or which
4.
one Street Fighter was.
The one with Cammy.
Okay. Good game.
Oh, right, Pink didn't play Street Fighter V. I forgot Street Fighter V was PS4 exclusive. Why is it PS4 exclusive?
That's an excellent question.
Because Capcom.
Yeah. So, them trying to shorten limbs to discourage poking, and here Mortal Kombat is with crush counters to encourage poking and counter poking. It's a strange, strange world we live in.
What does Virtua Fighter becomes freaking Battle Arena Toshinden?
And Battle Arena Toshinden becomes Virtua Fighter.
No, Battle Arena Toshinden stays dead.
Yeah.
Right? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank God. And like also they said they're shortening combos, so combos won't go on for fucking ever anymore. Again, I'd say that's a positive change. It's because that encourages more neutral game and all that, and less, you know. I'm curious though, because a lot of these things were implemented so that it'd be more exciting to watch. I'm curious if this will affect the MLG groups much, right? The fighting game tourneys. Because, I mean, Third Strike was big at tourneys, and Third Strike was very, very big on its neutrals and its pokes. But ever since then, you know, the Guilty Gears and the Blaze Blues and the Injustice 2s, it's all been getting your big combos that last forever and get 75% damage, right?
Right.
I mean, fucking Marvel dominated for the longest time, and Marvel has Touch of Death, where you get fucking 100% combos. That kind of insanity.
Yeah. Actually, I think I might have accidentally found freaking an Infinite against Rocket Raccoon with Akuma in Marvel 3. Where if you just...
It only works on Rocket?
Yes, because he's the only one who's small enough to actually be able to do it on.
Ah!
But the thing I noticed is that, you know the Palm Strike Akuma has?
He has several...
Well, you know the one where he strikes down, the karate chop?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, so from what I could tell, doing that makes it so Rocket bounces. So then if you combo that into Tatsumaki and then back into the karate chop, then you can do that infinitely.
Oh boy.
Time it right.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh joy, Marvel, you delightful train wreck of a fighting game, you.
I just enjoy it because it's so freaking insane.
Oh yeah,
and like you said that the speed might be too much for me. I am the speed. Look at me, I'm the speed now.
Speed.
The Speed Force accepted me. So,
Yeah, Marvel 3 is pretty good. I didn't like it at first, but after playing Infinite and going back, yeah, Marvel 3 is pretty good. What was I going to say? And the biggest change is Mortal Kombat 11. It doesn't have meter. So it instead has two. Well, it has meter, but not in the way any other fighting game does.
it has passive, defensive, and offensive meters.
Yeah, a defense meter and an offense meter. And the defense meter is used for.
Combo breakers.
They took out combo breakers.
Did they?
Yeah.
I remember them talk. I think it was either Max or on the conference. They said something about jumping out of combos for meter.
Flipping out, right? That's not combo breakers. That's something very close, though. It was a thing.
It's close.
It's very close. But the thing is that, like Injustice 2, I think Pink, you might remember this. Pink, you remember how when you're getting juggle comboed in Injustice 2, you could spend a little bit of meter to flip out of the combo?
Yes.
Did you know there are certain combos that are built to counteract that, and the combo will keep going if you flip out?
I had no idea.
Yeah. So it's more of a soft combo breaker rather than a hard one. So they're going with that direction instead, which fits with the smaller combos, I think. Because having combo breakers in the same game where combos aren't exceptional would just make comboing too weak, you know?
Right.
So I think that's a good choice. I think the other thing you can spend defensive meter for is you can spend it for environment interactions. Which, I mean, admittedly, environment interactions probably should have been tied to meter to begin with. Because some of them are really strong and some of them are really useless. But I think this is also a thing that Pink might want to pay. Even though I don't think Pink really cares much for Mortal Kombat, right?
Right.
But you still might want to pay attention to some of these changes because they're probably going to come in Injustice 3. And the offense meter will handle technically meter burns, but they aren't meter burns. So I wasn't exactly able to get exactly what this is, but they're making it sound like meter burns have been changed now, where it isn't just universal hit the meter burn button and you meter burn the move. It's now like different moves have different follow-up buttons. Like where now Sub-Zero after he does the ice slide can then combo it into the grapple button for the meter burn follow-up, and it will spend a chunk of the offense meter.
And then it slams your ass on the freaking ice wall.
Yes. Which is going to make inputs considerably more complicated because where before it was just simple hit right trigger for a meter burn, now it's going to be a whole nother step. So I'm curious to see whether they'll keep that or whether they'll put it back to usual meter burn just for the good of casual audiences, you know?
Right. It's like, do they want this game to be easily playable by Pink, or do they not?
I'm curious why they would have done this, though, because there had to be a specific reason. And I'm wondering if part of it is if maybe special moves might have several different follow-up choices, right? Because what if it's one follow-up is on triangle, one follow-up is on L1, one follow-up is on square? I'm curious if that's it. That could present some interesting possibilities. But they might be safer to just go back to regular meter burning. And the most important thing about the offense and defense meters, though, is that you don't build them. They regenerate naturally, like a stamina meter. Which is that's a huge change. And this one is one of the ones I think is clearly built to mitigate something that NetherRealm's always had a problem with in these games. And that NetherRealm's always had a problem with projectile characters being too good. Fucking Deadshot, Deathstroke,
Deadshot,
whoever just sitting on the other side of the screen and fucking spamming bullets at you. And part of the reason why that was so much of a problem is because projectiles give you free meter even if they are blocked, whiffed, whatever. If they just don't connect whatsoever, you still get free meter. So it was rewarding you for constantly shooting even when it would otherwise be a stupid choice. So, by making it so that you no longer build meter at all, this means that there's now less benefit to throwing out projectiles. And I'm kind of curious how that'll go. Like, I think it's also a thing, like, in competitive, the really high-level play, that people would get in, spend their meter for a big combo, then get out, throw out a ton of projectiles, then get back in for another big combo, and so on and so forth. So this is partially to solve that as well. It's really interesting. It's gonna change things for the big competitive guys, because meter building and managing is a big part of that high-level strategy. For us, it's just gonna be nice, because it might cut down on some fucking range spammers.
And by range spammers, he means me.
You're not so bad. You throw out the reasonable projectile every now and then. A Hadouken every now and then is just a mix-up of the strategy, and that's healthy.
I suppose. Yeah, you haven't seen me play freaking Marvel 3 against the CPU. I know 3 moves.
Capcom handles projectiles differently from NetherRealm, to be fair. Because Capcom usually projectiles destroy other projectiles. That is not a NetherRealm thing. It's always funny seeing Deadshot versus Superman matches. Because Superman will throw out the I-beam, Deadshot will throw out his bullet, and they'll just trade. They'll just be two idiots shooting at each other repeatedly until one of them falls over. Whereas Street Fighter, if Ryu and Akuma both throw a Hadouken, the Hadoukens clash, and it's just nothing happens. Marvel's a little bit different with the Beam Wars and all that shit, but at the same time, with Marvel, there's always ways around it in Marvel.
Yeah, my main forward strategy for Marvel has been, if I go with Akuma, forward jumping freaking midair Tatsumaki, jump out with the jumping Hadouken, repeat until hits.
Oh yeah. But like even characters that don't have projectiles and thus can't engage in projectile wars, like Wolverine. Like Wolverine has great ways of getting around projectiles in that game. Have you messed around with his drill claw?
No, but Pink has.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolverine can pretty much fly past a certain point. Drill claw, drill claw, drill claw. Fucking Marvel with its repeating phrases.
Power of the 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 power.
Yeah. So, I gotta say, Mortal Kombat 11 looks really fucking exciting. Oh, I guess we also need to talk about customizations too, don't we?
Yeah, customization. It looks freaking good.
It looks really fucking good. So, they're trying to mix the variation system from Mortal Kombat X with the customization system from Injustice 2. And you will get to set up your 3 variations, or probably more than 3, probably closer to 5, because that was how many Injustice 2 afforded you. And with different costumes and moves. And a big part here for me is, part of the thing that bugged me with Injustice 2's custom setups was that there was only 2 move slots.
Yeah.
So there couldn't be that much variation between characters. There's 3 move slots here, which helps a lot, definitely. And because this is actually NetherRealm's characters, they don't have to worry and fucking watch their steps. If they want Baraka to be, tribal paint Baraka, and he's covered in war paint and all that shit, they can just do it. They only have to go and ask fucking, I don't know, Dan DiDio, whether that's okay to do. Because there were some lame designs in Injustice 2 that were just like, well, this was the safest we could go with.
Yeah.
Slightly different. Bane fucking had it the worst. Oh my god.
Yep.
Slightly different segments on his armor. Oh. Get hyped, everyone. He's got 3 spikes on his shoulder pad instead of 2. Oh!
What a dramatic change.
With MKX, I also like the names of the fighting styles.
Yes.
That they gave them.
And the fact that you can now name them as well. Do you see that Scorpion's default variation for the demo was...
Boone's Mane.
Boone's Mane, yeah. Another one was Sonya's default... Sonya had a variation where it put her in her classic outfit, which... Holy shit, they went far enough with customization that you can put Sonya in her fucking yoga gear. And it's named Sonic Foxy.
Oh.
And she's got headphones on for the Sonic part, so yeah, I thought that was a neat send-up.
I also liked Sub-Zero's name. Default. I think it was his default. It was like Frosty AF.
Oh. The thing that's weird though is when they showed off different Scorpion and Sub-Zero costumes, I was like, this looks awesome, but it is going to be fucking surreal having Scorpion in any color other than yellow. Oh yeah, it's white Scorpion.
I'm gonna make Red Scorpion and then have Ermac.
Well, Ermac seems angry today.
I mean, shit, if they don't put him into the game, I have to work with what we have.
I mean, if they put in Rain, Rain's close enough, because Rain's got the fucking water bubbles, so that'll...
Rain's lame.
Rain is lame. Yeah, Rain is lame, but at least Rain, like, if you're looking for Ermac's fucking telekinesis, Rain's bubbles are the closest you're gonna get.
No, I'm looking for Ermac's teleport.
Oh, you know...
I'm satisfied with freaking Scorpions, because he also has a flip kick.
If Ermac isn't in the game, they should at least give an Ermac costume for Kenshi.
Ooh, yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
And then you'd get Ermac with a katana.
Yes.
And now I've suddenly made you excited, haven't I?
Yeah.
Like, don't give me the actual Ermac, just give me that costume.
I mean, we're joking, but Injustice 2 did that.
I still take Ermac over Kenshi in an Ermac costume, but you know, if I don't get actual Ermac, then I'll take Kenshi in an Ermac costume.
Or Ermac in a Kenshi costume.
That would be interesting. I also don't know how it would work lore-wise. Then again, freaking World War II Scorpion in X, so...
Soviet Sonya.
Yeah.
The worst ones were the Brazilian soccer team ones because they made no sense. The best one was fucking Mexican Kung Lao with the mustache. And
my least favorite ones were the classic ninja costumes because they just looked like garbage.
The classic costumes look terrible, but I think they were supposed to look terrible. Because have you seen the classic fatalities?
No.
They also look terrible.
I saw some of them, but I don't remember most of them. Like I remember Scorpion's classic fatality, but that's it.
Yeah, the camera doesn't even move. It just stays still. I guess because it's supposed to look like crap because the originals looked like crap.
Yeah.
It's trying to emulate 90s arcade rigs.
Then just do what Doom do.
Yeah, why not?
But imagine if they actually just took the freaking pictures they took back to like 95 and then just upscaled them somehow. And that's the new costume. That's your new costume.
That sounds like something Smash Brothers would do. Oh, I saw somebody mention something. You know how that people are now saying that they think Sub-Zero should be in Smash? Because MK11 is going to be on the Switch?
Who smashed what?
Oh, people are calling for Sub-Zero to be in Smash now that MK11 is going to be on Switch. Someone pointed out that would actually be the fucking Street Fighter Mortal Kombat crossover people have been clamming for decades.
Yeah.
Which they are totally not going to get because there is no way Capcom is ever going to let Street Fighter touch those guys. They can't possibly let their pure Ryu touch that blood and gore stuff.
Just, you know, this is a stupid thought that occurred to me. Was what if they'd have a game where it would be like Street Fighter X Tekken was, where each team takes a crack at the other's characters. So we get a game where Scorpion throws flowers at people, and we also get a game where Ryu gets taken over by the Satsuno Haru and murders people.
If we get something like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, then, as we all know, Bad Box Art Mega Man needs to be there.
Oh yeah, he also needs to be locked on the deck. Locked on the deck. Yeah.
He already is.
He also needs to be locked on the desk behind the DLC paywall.
Yeah, him and Cole McGrath for some reason. So, that's enough Mortal Kombat talk for now, I'd say. Probably because that was about an hour worth of Mortal Kombat talk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, sounds awesome. Parries are back. bitches. Here we go. For Honor, the first of the new heroes is coming out, the Vortiger.
So, actually, it's not called the Vortiger, for one.
Then why does it say it in the thumbnail?
Because that's the male version's name. The actual name of the class of the character is...
All right, what's the female's name? Because that's the only version I'm gonna play anyway.
Elizabeth.
I can't pronounce that, so never mind. I'm not gonna play her.
We'll come back to this, Pink. So, Vortiger is actually called Black Prior. The Black Prior is a team of edgy knights who got made from the hippie knights or whatever. Basically, remember how I joked about wait until they add the Hungarian faction to the freaking Forerunner?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Hungarian faction.
Oh man.
I'm not joking. The Vortiger is based on one of our kings, and Elizabeth is how they called her, but Elizabeth is based on an infamous Hungarian countess. So with the Vortiger, you will be Sigismund or Zsigmond, if you want to call him by this Hungarian name, but you won't because you probably can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sigismund is apparently who they based Vortiger off of, according to some guy. Now, seriously, so points show that, at least some Hungarian and I don't freaking remember. Like, I think it was Austro-Hungary or before Austro-Hungary. Probably before Austro-Hungary, considering how Sigismund was the guy who led the bloody crusades from us. But yeah. So basically, they're more or less Hungarian characters.
Right. So what
also...
Ubisoft did here was they went into their files, their archives, all their little databases, and they looked up, gee, what person in the entire world has played this game the most in the past 6 months? Oh, there's this Hungarian kid out there. He seems to really enjoy our game. Let's make a character for him because we want to milk some money out of him.
And then they won't, because I'm going to freaking grind for the 15,000 money.
Because they made the mistake of making him a knight character.
Yeah.
But should have made him a ninja. So,
for the first thing, because somebody actually looked through the basically cross-reference how this guy is probably based on Hungarian people and stuff like that, but it's not been confirmed. It is I say it's confirmed in my headcanon just because after they announced their names and shit, and also how the female variant has an actually Hungarian name. But right after that, they had Pope butcher the Hungarian language. So they haven't flat out said that the canon version of the character is Hungarian, but it probably is.
Oh man, please tell me the Hungarian was like really badly butchered, like fucking classic Metal Gear butchered. The Vortiger have started to move.
No, they the thing that he said is the Hungarian cup in Hungarian. So he didn't butcher the grammar, he butchered the pronunciation. Because of how we don't say J as J, we say it as yeah. Shit like that.
Ah, okay.
So what should have sounded as a magyar bajnokság sounded like a magyar bajnokság. So
It's close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. It
close
took
enough for government work.
Yeah, it took him like 5 tries to get it to sound like that. It also took me 5 tries to freaking understand what he was saying, but still close enough. So yeah.
And they're paying homage to Addy.
Yeah. The thing with the
About
Vortiger,
time we got some recognition around here.
The thing with the Vortiger, he is freaking Xemnas.
I'm sorry?
He is a Kingdom Hearts character. He is, what's his face? Not Ansem. Ansem as well. What's the freaking antagonist's name? The real one?
Xehanort.
Xehanort. Yeah. He is Xehanort.
Why do you say that?
Have you looked at the trailer?
No, I mean, I have, yeah, but I didn't understand why he would be Xehanort.
Darkness.
Oh, okay, of course he would. Damn it.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with him as well, and then once I'll actually buy him and be good, become good with him. I'm gonna probably make a montage, or freaking a kill montage set to Pain by I don't even remember who made that song. 3 Days Grace, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Believe me, I know.
the thing with Pink is that we have the same freaking music taste. So
God, why? Well, I'm not gonna lie, Addy. You don't strike me as a Hall & Oates fan.
This is true. It's like, as much as the edgy emo stuff I listen to, I'm also pretty all over the map.
yeah, I like swing. I listen to Caro Emerald, so it's pretty upbeat. But yeah, so yeah, with the Vortiger, it's almost of darkness. And did you see did you see the memes that already started?
I have not.
Oh,
W, have you?
Addy, give me a timestamp. I mean, tell me if you need a timestamp. Damn it.
I don't. I just need to. So, a couple of things he says have already become memes. The one I remember is the time to repent is over. Actually, the full sentence he says there is the time to repent is over. I will show them through darkness, whatever.
He just throws an extra darkness on there.
No, he doesn't. I just couldn't make.
He should have.
He should have. He also talks about embracing darkness or whatever the hell, but you know, that's just them trying to market a character to me. So
Mr. Hungarian Darkness, was it marketed to you? I don't believe you. Oh, jeez. And for Addy, this is the greatest timeline.
Yeah, I just need the freaking the ex samurai to be Shugoki with an ex that's as big as him, and then I'll be set.
Oh Jesus!
Like Shugoki swinging around a giant palm tree with a big axe head on the end.
Yeah, it's the Buster Sword, but if the freaking Buster Sword was an axe instead.
Precisely.
And it will sell gangbusters in Japan.
Yeah. Right, and then I also posted a topic that I meant as a small thing.
Right. I just like the little headline of the link you have. Activision adds shaming markers to non-season pass owner.
The one.
So, yeah, I only saw this like a little bit on social media. So, is this Black Ops 3, I'd assume?
Yes.
What else does Activision have?
Well, I figured it was
money.
a COD, but, you know.
EA money.
I figured it was a COD piece at the least, but here we are.
So yeah, the thing is, the whole headline reads, Activision adds shaming markers to non-season pass owners, and it backfires. And I'm not actually reading the thing because it's not loaded up yet. It is adds shaming markers to non-season pass owners in Black Ops 4 actually, or BO4, whatever the hell that is, Body Order 4, hoping the season pass owners would peer pressure them to buy a pass. Sadly for them, they outnumber the season pass owners greatly. And there are pictures included where they show that there are like 5 people completely who own season passes, and everybody else has the
mark of shame.
Yeah. The mark of shame is not having a mark of shame.
Right. Isn't it supposed to be the reverse for season passes, where if you get a season pass, you get a special indicator, not the reverse, where if you don't have a season pass, you get a little marker?
I wouldn't know. I haven't been following COD.
So, I mean, we're calling it shame markers, but I think it is worth noting. I haven't played COD in a long time, but the last time I did, they were operated on the system where you could not play on certain maps unless you had the season pass. So I kind of assumed that was like either saying we can't play on season pass maps because these guys are in the lobby, or which I'd assume it's not the case, or I'd assume it means that if we go to a season pass map, these guys are getting put in a different lobby.
Right.
So I get that we're saying shame markers because that might be some degree of the intent, but at the same time, this feels like it's... You know what? I'm not going to get too much into it. Addy, take it away.
What? Take what away? You cut out?
Look, the recording got it.
Oh, here we go.
Whatever.
Away we go. So, I guess I'll start with my barrage of pictures. So get a timestamp ready.
Oh Jesus!
While I fish the picture out. So,
go.
Right. So this is a picture that was supposed to be included in the Harry Potter video. My intention with this one was to have this be Hermione's main picture because of my great voice acting, and I just wanted my great voice acting to be visually represented.
That is an incredible picture, and I'm glad I've seen it.
I, on the other hand, would say it's cursed.
I mean, I only produce the highest quality cursed pictures.
Right.
Right.
Man, Snow White is an awful movie. Have any of you guys seen it?
No.
Yes.
I haven't seen any of
it.
Oh,
which one? Which one?
The original. It's the first Disney cartoon thing they've ever done, and everybody loves it for that reason, and only that reason because it's so god awful.
Yeah, I saw Snow White, but that was back when I was a kid, so. I also have freaking Lion King 2 on VHS.
Oh, Lion King's great.
But yeah, so here's another picture that might get sent, might not, because I'm sending it from my phone. So this is what I got when I talked with Sam about Aramusha. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, geez. All right. Hang on. It is. Okay, yeah, there was a timestamp, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix that.
Right.
And hang on, I got this, guys. Don't worry, I got this. I can't delete the picture, but fuck it, whatever. I got that.
I will. The picture has been deleted.
Okay, all right.
And then we're gonna need a couple of seconds for the next one because I'm sending all of these from 3 different sources, mind you.
Yeah.
Because one of them I sent from my PC, one of them from my phone, the third one is getting sent from my laptop, but the freaking Discord launcher still needs to rev up on that one. So while we do that, I guess I'll show you because we didn't talk about what's getting released this week. So I guess I'll announce a game that we played, if I can actually find a picture. So, well, it's not really announcing it as much as teasing it, but you can probably put up a timestamp.
Okay, give me a second to Fuck it, that's good enough.
2 minutes and 4 seconds. Yeah, so if you can figure out which game we played from this thumbnail, that should actually be the thumbnail, but it's not done yet.
What is that?
It is a very quality game, Frink. One of our favorites. Right, W?
Is it though?
I refuse to comment.
Oh
Jesus.
W knows this.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's the KGB.
CIA came for Alex.
I like how you go with the CIA. I go with the KGB.
It's funny how we both had the same general train of thought, though.
Yeah. So, the thing with Sam, by the way, this edgelord thing, is that I'm pretty sure that freaking thing is really out of date by now. But also, I just thought about I just asked him about his thoughts on Aramusha, and that's what he replied. So, you know. And then I remember there being other pictures that I wanted to share that wasn't this one, but I guess I'll somehow freaking post it. We need to fill for time ping quickly.
All right, no problem.
Put up a topic.
Put up a topic. Let me whip out my phone and look on Twitter and see what's trending.
No, I mean figure something out.
Okay, I have been informed that we will need to end within 20 minutes.
All right.
Quick, let's blaze through what we did this week.
Addy, quickly, is anything going up on your solo channel?
No.
Pink, is anything going up on your solo channel?
No.
I'd like to stream Warhammer on Twitch on Sunday, but who knows if something will interfere with that. On the channel, we got more Strugglenauts. We got more fucking Japan's. Help me, Addy. Yes. And we're probably going to have a one-shot of Castlevania Rondo of Blood. It will be me and Addy, or more accurately, Addy, and at one point I will help him, trying to run through the first couple levels of Rondo of Blood. We don't know if we'll ever finish it. It might just be a one-shot. Who knows?
Nice.
All right. Quick, Addy, what have you done this past week?
I have freaking... Give me a second so I can actually think about it. So, I have bought Highlander.
Highlander!
This was last week, actually. But, Highlander. He is weird. He is high and also land.
Yes.
He's also Earth.
He is a Highlander.
In my limited practice time with Highlander, he is very weird.
Yeah, the main weird thing about him is basically you're kind of forced to use offensive stance for anything damage-wise, but offensive stance doesn't hit shit unless you can make it so people can't jump out of the grab's way.
And he also can't block.
In offensive stance, yeah, he can't.
I had no idea. How come I always get my ass handed to me against him?
Because when somebody actually knows how to properly play Highlander, he is a comboing beast.
Yeah, my favorite things with Highlander so far has been completely negating everybody's attacks in defensive mode by just doing lights. Because lights, if you time them right, are not only parries, but parries that turn into freaking unblockables.
Oh, I did not know they turn unblockable. Because I know he had the shield thing that Warlord and Conqueror do, but I did not know that they turn unblockable.
Are you thinking of Warlord?
Warlord and Conqueror both have shield counters, don't they?
No, I mean for Highlander. Because I don't think he has a bash. Or do you mean the thing where he...
Well, you said that the Highlander's moves turn unblockable if you block somebody else's moves in defensive stance.
Yeah. Well, not if you block them. If you time the light right, then it blocks it for you.
Right. I do remember a lot of times when I was facing Highlander, he would pull out an unblockable move, and that's all his kit was when I was facing him, so those are bad memories.
That's his offense. That's all his offense stance does. They're all unblockable. But I understand what Addy's meaning by unblockable. He's not meaning literally unblockable. He's meaning that because they're counter hits, that it's impossible to block because he's hitting you while you're still in the active frames of...
No. The lights actually turn into genuine unblockables.
Oh, shit, like the full orange and everything.
Yes, the Fury move.
Shit. Yes. I did not know that. That's really strong. I'm curious what the point is if it turns unblockable, but the guy's still going to be stuck in his recovery frames, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the point is that
crowd fights?
Well, that and I also think it does more damage this way.
Okay. Well, counters don't deal more damage than regular hits?
I don't think they do.
That's the reverse of what most fighting games do. That's the opposite of what Mortal Kombat 11 is doing with fucking counter hits. They're going in opposite directions. What the fuck?
Right. I hope that this will actually work. Yeah, put up a timestamp. So this is the third picture that I wanted to post.
All right. Hang on. Shoot. Oh, god damn it.
Because this has been sitting on my hard drive for the past, I don't know how many months. I think since the actual original comic came out.
I didn't have to read it. I just knew. I just fucking knew. Because I saw it. I'd seen it in the same dumb places that I think me and Addie probably congregate. And I already knew the dumbness. You know, this episode I wanted to actually cut down on cursing because I felt like, because my family, they get a little flustered because I curse so much during recordings, and I figured it'd probably be better for all of us if I cut down the cursing, because it's probably a big part of why we don't get so many viewers, because I curse so damn much. But Addie, you are making it difficult. How am I supposed
That's why I'm here.
How am I supposed to look at this and not go, God damn it? Oh gee, what the goofy fucks thing? I can't. I
don't even understand the context of this.
Well, obviously somebody fucking edited the text of a Disney comic.
No, this is the Dorkly comic.
Oh, it's Dorkly.
This is yeah.
Of course, it had to be Dorkly. This is like effectively a spiritual sequel to the fucking one that's is it Donald talking with Mickey or something, where it's fool, you let your brain get you let your brain chemicals tell you that your brain is defined by chemicals. Are you really so foolish? Now will you stand up for what you believe in, or will you die like a dog, Mickey? Oh my god, Addie. What? Addie, did you do something else this past week?
Yeah. So, our family business started up. I'm the cashier. things are going bad. Real bad.
Already?
Well, I don't mean bad as in, we get no people. I just messed up a lot. Because
I kind of figured if you're new to cashiering.
Yeah, putting a guy who wasn't trained to be a cashier behind the cash register and then telling him to be a cashier will make some issues.
Right.
The problem is that now you guys both have jobs, so this makes me look like a lazy fuck.
You're going to college. That's probably more pressure than we have.
Well, no, Addie's going to school still.
Yeah, and I'm getting pressured by my freaking principal to go to college.
Oh, that's always fun.
Addie's going to be the premier college student in all of Hungary. He's going to have some pressure. They're going to expect Addie to turn the country around.
But do you know what my hourly pay is?
Negative 50 cents.
Not good.
Considering it's a family establishment.
This is gonna sound like I'm freaking joking, but it's about $3.50.
$3.50.
Yeah, $3.50 is my hourly pay. I mostly get like freaking, or I weekly because I get paid in weekly because that's how I wanted to get paid. Weekly I get like $18, so that's nice.
Cash flow is always nice.
Yeah.
You don't even need the word flow, just cash.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet love of my life, money.
True happiness.
Yeah. So from my pay and what I amassed over my freaking name day or whatever the hell you call those. I have bought on freaking Audio-Technica ATH M30X.
I'm gonna assume that's really good because I don't understand what it means.
It is a studio studio headphones that cost like 3 times as much as my current one.
Oh Jesus. So are they good headphones?
Good. Yeah.
Can you hear my stupid voice very clearly?
No, not yet because I'm still using the old ones. The new one will arrive next week.
Okay.
So, on the next podcast, I will be able to hear your microphones being shit, even more so.
Yeah. Hey, I fucking paid $100 for this microphone. Shut the fuck up.
The microphone I'm using is also worth $100.
Okay, let me guess. You've got a snowball?
No,
Okay, I've got the snowball.
Audio Technica, was it freaking? I think it's like 80 3030 something or 2030 2050 something or other, whatever. Basically, it's Audio Technica
Numbers.
as well.
Numbers, important numbers.
Not
Yeah,
really.
My favorite Audio Technica microphone is the 8080.
And
Isn't
I'm
that a
just,
Star Wars robot thing? What?
That's the joke.
I like technology.
They do actually have a microphone that's called something like 80 40 80 40. So
I just want a mic stand that's one of those ats. That'd be pretty cool.
Is that the robot that just sits there and goes gonk? Gonk. Gonk. Gonk.
so
I think those are just called gonk droids.
They are. Well,
So,
I
yeah,
feel like
aside
there's
from
probably
my-
a technical name for those, but fuck it, they're gonk droids.
yeah, aside from those, with my newfound phone, I also downloaded and played Assassin's Creed Rebellion, one of their phone games. It is Fallout Shelter with Assassin's Creed.
That makes no sense.
Now, are they suing it like they did the Westworld one?
Not yet.
Not yet, but they're gonna need the money real soon.
So far, the only difference that I've found between it and, well, so far I've deleted it already, but you know. But in my playtime with it, what I found is that unlike Fallout Shelter where you need to reach level 70 or something to get the overseas office to send people on missions, here you get to send people on missions immediately. That's the main difference that I found.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd just be a bunch of fucking assassins sitting in a house.
Yeah.
We're good assassins. I need to cook some spaghetti.
How about I put on my sexy sleepwear?
Them being assassins from Assassin's Creed, I assume they just have tons of sex all the time.
Probably.
Because I remember playing in Fallout Shelter. There were plenty of times where you just put two people in a room and you're like, all right, go have sex. I need babies. Get working.
All right, Rabbit 1 and 2. It's your turn.
Just name one
So-
Ezio and have him put him in a room with every other female assassin.
You joke about this, but this is basically what I did with Fallout Shelter in one of my vaults. Is I took a guy with real good freaking stats. I don't know how I got his stats to be like all 9s with charisma 10 naturally or something like that. But basically, I was okay. This is the horse, and then I put him in the living room, and I just had every woman walk into the room.
And eventually he's just like, please, God, stop.
And no, eventually the family tree looked like freaking the list of Egyptian emperors.
The family tree looked like a ladder.
Yeah. No stairs.
As soon as that guy dies, every child in that fucking vault will be born of incest.
But no, I think the family tree would have looked more like stairs.
Yeah. Probably.
So, yeah.
It's
aside
real
from
bad
that,
when it looks like
yeah.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
All right. What else did you get to do this past week, Addy? Outside of becoming the new buffet king.
Yeah. Aside from freaking running Club Shine.
The thing is, I said buffet king, and I imagined like you as Kiryu running around Budapest. And you're doing the Kiryu
I'm in
animation.
Miskolc. I'm situated in Miskolc.
I know you're in Miskolc, but I'm imagining Budapest and I'm imagining you doing the Kiryu animation when he buys a new place, where he fucking pulls out the fucking
Yeah.
briefcase full of cash. Yakuza's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So, aside from that, I edited a lot of things. I edited our last session of Fallout with Pink in the next 2 episodes, and by next 2 I mean the 7th and 8th, I want to say, or something like that. episodes, we try to continue the massacre of Freeside.
Jesus,
Because we kill Ben and Jerry's.
you're so fucking blunt about. All right, we proceed to kill the rest of the charity doctors. I'll teach you to give free surgery to orphans. What do you do for a living? Cure addicts? All right, how about a shotgun barrel in your mouth?
Time for you to die.
You joke, but then actually I did try that. I did try to go in with that with a 20 gauge and then put order in its place.
Put order.
And
But
drowned in plasma and lasers.
yeah, basically that. So then I ran out. Boone got shot, and then Armageddon was like, I don't give a shit anymore, and then left. And then Boone rose from the dead like he does.
Oh, my favorite Bethesda thing is when you declare war on a faction and kill all of them, but there's one NPC who isn't considered part of that faction. So they just casually stroll through the fight without giving a shit. I don't know if any of you guys ever bothered to wipe out the prison and kill all the powder gangers. But
Yeah.
that one fucking sheriff that isn't considered a powder ganger, so he just casually strolls around while you're killing the powder gangers.
And he's also dead.
Oh, you're not really
Eddie
great.
killed him too, and he did stroll by like nothing bad was going on.
Yeah, and then he suddenly noticed the chainsaw blade in his back.
I feel like Addy just sees red when he plays Fallout.
I wasn't like this.
Initially, he did not, but then once the Freeside Massacre began, it was like, okay, all bets are off. Everyone's dying.
I don't know how you guys got to Freeside by episode 10. You fucking...
It wasn't even episode 10.
Oh, shit. Are you fucking, like... Are you the Flash? Is that what you're playing?
Eddie's speedrunning.
Like, when I play Fallout New Vegas, I'm 10 hours in and I just get to Nipton.
Right?
No, actually, part 6 and 7 are the last we uploaded, so we're not only are we in Freeside, we've actually wiped out the Black Glove Society by episode 7.
At least you killed them. I always kill them.
Yeah, we also killed all of the tops.
But spare the people at the Gamora. Spare the ones that really deserve it.
We haven't been to Gamora yet.
Yeah, we've not gone inside yet, but once we do, I'm pretty sure Eddie's gonna go sing red again.
Aim specifically for that fucking serial killer with the snuff tapes.
I'm not gonna aim. I have Boone for that.
just bring it. Just bring the fat man in. Like, all right, let's get this over with.
My favorite thing about this is I don't know how we got a defective Boone, but I love that we did. Because
Boone has been the root of all our problems.
Not only that, but he's also Legion affiliated now.
Right.
Because
you're gonna get to Kaisar and you're gonna be like, hey, so you're feeling about invading New Vegas, huh? It's gonna be pretty easy now.
The plan is to go to Kaisar and then just nuke everything. And by nuke with a shotgun, I mean.
Oh, you're not gonna go through the death claws to get a fat man?
No, not worth it.
You coward. I'm not gonna lie, half my playthroughs, I honestly try to stealth my way through. I don't go for the fat man because it's way too deep in, but I do try to stealth through and get Raoul. And I don't know why I do that, because that's stupidly dangerous, but hey, danger is my middle name. Except that it's not, but, you know.
Yeah, so my current plans are for that playthrough is, enlist the help of the Brotherhood of Steel, because I am a Brotherhood of Steel person. By which I mean that I hate all synthetic life.
I think we're gonna need to speed this up.
Yeah, so that, and then tell them that that I know Enclave people, so we can have the Mormon Fort massacred, as it should be.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Aside from that, I think we can go on with Pink.
All right, Pink, what have you done in the past week?
I think Pink doesn't hear us anymore.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Oh, right, I also edited Portal Knights.
Portal Knights.
Yeah.
I guess we're not keeping a secret now, are we?
I mean, people who don't know what Portal Knights is wouldn't have known, but I guess they do now.
Fuck it.
Whatever.
It's a shitty Minecraft knockoff. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, the only thing I noticed about that recording session, it actually bugged me, is how I wasn't paying attention, so I let those money slip. Because I'm usually good about keeping those in.
Whatever. All right,
Yeah.
Pink, what did you do in the past week?
All right, I played some MVC3 by myself. I got up to Galactus on very easy, got my butt handed to me, and then I was like, okay, that's enough MVC for me.
What character do you like?
Like I said previously, I really like Doom. He's probably my favorite. That was also probably an inevitability because Doom's also my favorite villain of all time. So nature willed it so. And I had probably Wolverine and Spider-Man on my squad. I don't remember.
I'm not big on Spider-Man and Marvel.
Yeah,
I like it because of Spider-Man, and he's got the little web Shoryukens, so that's cool.
The Shoryukens are good.
I don't know.
I like his command throw as well. I'm just not big on the web bullet projectiles or the web swing.
Right. I enjoy the web swing because it just looks humorous.
You're kind of lucky that you get Doom, though, your favorite, because he's one of the best characters in the game. And I'm just thinking of old Injustice, where Joker, he's the worst character in every game. Like, Swamp Thing came close in Injustice 2, but no, Joker took it away. There was one guy who was worse in Injustice 2 than Joker. I can't exactly remember who. Was it Cheetah? Cheetah was pretty bad, but...
Yeah. I think a lot of people said Captain Cold was terrible too, but he was my main.
Captain Cold was... Yeah, Captain Cold always sat at the bottom of the tier lists. He was the only one keeping Joker from the bottom.
Right.
Injustice 1...
None of his moves made sense.
Yeah. That fucking icicle from the ceiling move was just so useless.
Right.
Why did Captain Cold not have any moves actually associated with freezing his opponent?
It's like, you would think the obvious would prevail, but no.
Alright, what else did you get to do this past week, Pink?
It's actually funny that we went on to that topic because I did go back after a long time to play Injustice 2, and after being gone for so long, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing and lost just about every match I had played. It's like, when I first played Injustice, I had to get used to the difficulty and the play style because I hadn't played a fighting game in 10 years or so. But once I got the hang of it, I was all right. I could handle myself against medium computers. I come back after all this time, don't know any of my combos, any of the inputs, just get completely wrecked, and I'm like, okay, that's enough for me. So I failed pretty hard at every fighting game I played this week. Then last week I got my Nintendo DS out of storage after a long time, and I started playing Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon again. I tried to pick up where I left off, which was not a good idea because all the characters have the personality of a wet noodle, and I didn't remember anyone or what my good units were, so I just started the game over.
Okay, so me being a Smash player, which character from Smash is that?
Marth.
Marth, okay. So that's kind of considered the classic Fire Emblem, right? I know that the original there's the original Fire Emblem, but that one's considered pretty much should be the original, yeah?
Yes. If I recall correctly, Shadow Dragon is a remake of the very first Fire Emblem, which is why it sucks so bad.
I was taking a drink, damn it. I choked on it. It was Roy not in the original Fire Emblem?
No, he was not. He was probably in the sequel.
Okay.
I feel like Roy might have been a descendant of... Oh, geez.
They're all in the same
Not
canon?
Marth, but somebody else.
They're all in the same canon?
Yes, if I recall correctly.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Zelda, where it's just kind of all vaguely related, and they're going to make a timeline later on.
Right. Because when I was doing my research, the first GBA American release, Fire Emblem Blazing Sword or something like that, when I was doing research on that, I discovered that it was a prequel to one of the Fire Emblems released in Japan, and that a lot of the characters that you get in that game are actually ancestors of the characters in the preceding game. And that kind of blew my mind because I had no idea. Beforehand, I didn't know everything was connected. I just thought it was, everything's separate. But no, there does appear to be one main continuity.
Huh. I mean, that seems a little weird, though, because doesn't Corrin turn into a dragon?
Yeah.
So at one point, one of them fucked a dragon.
Something. There are like these dragon human half-breed type people called Manicheets. And I think that's what Corrin is, but I'm not sure. It's very complicated, and I choose to ignore that for the most part.
To my understanding, ignoring the last couple Fire Emblems is probably the safe choice.
Well, do you not like freaking dating since in your strategy games?
That's fine. It's just that they got too anime.
Right.
I actually thought that when I first read about that featuring Fire Emblem, that particularly close soldiers will get together and then have kids that you can then put in your armies. I thought that was a neat feature.
Yeah, I thought having a little kid armies was pretty wild.
You two are going to start the Fifth Crusade again. I think it was the child soldier one.
Okay, yeah, people are getting very angry at me on this side. Pink, do you have anything you really need to shove in?
Nope,
quick?
that was it.
All right, I watched Infinity War again. Yeah, it's still pretty good. Other than that, I've been doing fucking schoolwork. And I have not been able to do really any work for the channel, which is partly why things have been kind of poopy the last week or so. And it's gonna continue to be so. The podcast will always be mine, but I'm going to try and duck out of recordings more so from now on because I don't have any other option.
Right.
So that's unfortunate, but I'll try to do what I can. Hopefully we'll be able to get together something over the next couple days because we've got 2 games that we're sitting on right now that I think both could be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, real quick, I also played freaking Jump Force in the beta. It's better than the Naruto games. That's not saying much.
But is it
so
the
it
same?
Sucks.
Is it the same style?
Yes. So I enjoy it very much.
I saw that the My Hero Academia game is the same style as Naruto, and that was really disappointing. Alright. Addie, say bye.
Goodbye.
Alright, thank you, Addie. The body swap has completed. Alright, folks. We will see you later.